Chrissie, how you doing? I'm doing great so far. I'm having a great day. Did you have a great birthday? You must have a great birthday for Frank Down.
I'm Frankie McDonald, and you're watching SimpCast, starring Chrissie Mayr.
I don't know if this is real, but thanks for the $10 Sound Horizons. Could you shout out to my friend Nick Gurr? Okay. You got me. He's a huge fan of yours since the Stern days. Nicholas Gurr. Yeah.
Sexism in gaming.
Someone had dressed me in like this like anime girl like cow outfit, and it was like the tiny bikini and everything like that. And I thought it was funny, so I sent it to Carl. And then people just kept drawing like fan art of me in that. I got a cum tribute from it too. I was so proud.
Cum tribute?
Yeah, where they like come on your picture and they like send it to you.
What? Uh-huh. People are doing that?
Yeah.
Oh my god. All right. Has anyone in the chat? Never mind. I don't want to know.
Oh my god! Me so honey, me love you long time.
Good. It's cold. It's cold.
So I have a hibachi story.
Like I disrupted your stream.
I went to hibachi once.
Oh, a puppy!
They just peed? Are you in the dog? Don't go in the dog.
Another dog.
Oh, the dog love me!
Uh-oh.
The dog love me! The
Did the dog pee on you?
Not on their level.
Did the dog pee on you?
It peed in my general direction. He was like, I'm so happy to see you. Ah!
Oh my god.
He's like,
oh my god.
I'm so glad you're wearing underwear.
Yeah. The little dog pee puddle is right here. He's like,
no.
Ah!
Don't touch it, Chrissie. Get away from it, Chrissie.
No.
No! Chrissie! Chrissie, go find Frank. Chrissie, find Frank. Chrissie.
No! Why?
Oh, hello, boys and girls. Welcome to SimpCast. Well, I did not remember that footage. That was from Yellow Flash last night. Woo! I guess we're gonna talk about it because that's the first time I'm seeing that because it's called being drunk and forgetting things. So, woo! Before we get into our fabulous panel for tonight, I want to let everybody know I'm doing stand-up a couple more times before the end of the year. If you're in New York City on the 28th, I'll be at the Grisly Pear Midtown. I think that's on West 54th or 57th Street. And then I'm going to be on Geno Bisconte's birthday show, December 29th at Stand Up New York. And then early February, we got the Dabble-Con, February 3rd and 4th. Come to beautiful, tropical Rochester, New York. Comedy at the Carlson will be hosting Dabble-Con, which will include a stand-up show, live podcast tapings, a VIP meet and greet, plus the first ever Dabby Awards. If you're fans of Stuttering John, I better see you at this festival. Then I'm headlining a weekend in San Diego at the end of February, the 24th and 25th at the Mic Drop Comedy Club. For tickets, go to my website, ChrissieMayr.com, please and thank you. Also, I want to do a quick shout out to our sponsor for this evening. Ooh, you know him, you love him. It's Cushy Dreams. Let's cue some holiday fun music. Ooh, yes, it's the holidays. They're here. Well, they'll be here. They're basically here. You can basically start eating like it's the holidays. I'll allow it. You can get off keto. Woo! Okay. It's the holidays, which means a lot of us are probably stressed out, anxious, etc. Maybe our family stresses us out. Maybe kids. Maybe you spill an entire cup of coffee on your laptop earlier today and you had to rush to Best Buy only to be told they can't help you. Well, guess what? Cushy Dreams is here to help. They're number one for smokable CBD and Delta 8. So that's the flower. But they also do gummies. Their stuff helps with sleep, relaxation, feeling good, and more. But yes, these are the long-awaited gummies. Boom! Gummies that light up your brain like a Christmas tree and make you feel giggly and warm and fuzzy inside. Cushy Dreams now has Delta 9 THC gummies. That's right. Boom! Delta 9 THC, the real deal OG THC. It ships legally to you. Each gummy contains 10 milligrams of THC, and they come in 4 euphoric flavors. There's another package here somewhere. Strawberry, sour watermelon, green apple, and tangerine. I really like the watermelon flavor. And I really like the pre-rolls, too, because they're very portable, and they come in different fun blends like dream, hustle, relax, create. So, oops, it's upside down. Energy, dream. So whatever you want to do with your day, Cushy Dreams has your back. Go to cushydreams.com right now. That's KUSHY dreams.com. And at checkout, use promo code CMP to get 20% off your next order. Good for your first order, second order, etc. Get your gummies today with promo code CMP and get your 20% off. Treat yourself. It's the holidays. Smoke yourself a little CBD. Relax. All right. This is going to be... Woo! We have quite the all-star panel. I'm going to wait for a couple of them to turn their cameras on. But we got Carmaxlla and Olivia Rondeau. Woo! Back on the show. Two fan favorites and Madison Malloy. Yes. Madison is giving us Zoom meeting vibes. This is great. Madison Malloy is popping her SimpCast cherry with us this evening. Madison is a comedian and she's an author. Her first book just came out. It's called Time to Lighten the Fuck Up. It's here on my bookshelf. Boom.
Yeah.
I like it because of this mostly. Like, I'm no size queen, but like it's a manageable size. You know what I mean? Like you could bang this out in maybe a week. It depends how fast of a reader you are. You could probably bang this out like in a couple nights. But yes, check it out. Anyway, I'll just throw it over there. Welcome, Madison. Hello.
Yeah, just excited to be here.
I'm excited to have you. Carmaxlla is here, giving us Charlotte Roos energy with that top. I'm thinking like I'm transported back to the early aughts, back to the Wet Seal days.
I love it. It's a crop top.
You got to do it. You got to rock the crop tops before it gets really cold.
Yeah.
And Olivia Rondeau is here.
Hello, Chris.
Olivia.
It's been a minute. I feel really bad because I was just in my DM and I'm so bad at checking DMs these days. And I saw Frank in my DM from like September asking me to come back on SimpCast. I was like, oh shit, sorry, Frank. So
it's okay.
He hounded me.
He's used to people ignoring him, like me. Whoo boy. I'm gonna get a couple. We have so I have. This is the day I had. I was like, let me do a cute, wholesome gift wrapping stream. I loved gift wrap. I hoard wrapping paper. I hoard bows. I'm into like bow and present culture. Like maybe I have a problem. We'll see. That's to be determined. So I was like, let me do a cute gift wrapping stream. And almost as if like on the hour mark, I have a problem with picking up the dogs like during my stream because I assume everyone wants to see the dogs every 30 minutes or so. So I picked up and I watched the replay. I picked up Muffin and I saw her little foot kicked over the cup of coffee. It was her little foot that did it. And I'm gonna have to have a word with her. And it was comical. Like I have this MacBook, so the keys are not like raised, it's all kind of one piece, and it's just completely coated with coffee. Like not one segment of the laptop was not covered in coffee. So
is this the same dog that was racist?
That is actually Waffles.
Wait, elaborate on that, Chrissy. I missed that.
Yeah. Waffles. We don't know if Waffles is racist, but she does tend to bark at like darker colored dogs and people. And I was recording a segment for the Count Dankula roast, and I thought like, what greater tribute to this man would be to like, because one of the things he's best known for was teaching his girlfriend's dog, like Pug, to heil, and like the dog actually did it. So I was like, oh, let me see if I can teach one of the dogs to do that. And Waffles like got it down like that. Like Waffles was able to. I basically used in a like an abridged, version of Paw, and I basically made Paw heil, and she learned it real quick. So maybe that's a rumor.
And the dolls. The doll that she made.
Okay, fine. All right, darn it. Okay, it's outside. Oh yeah, so I was gifted a Andy Masterson, who's made the Hunter Biden action figure. He's made me many action figures. He's made this Frank action figure. Like he's made me so many dolls, and one of them was Chrissy remade for a modern audience, which was just a black Barbie doll. And I swear, like the dogs have not gone near these dolls at all. But like one of the dogs chewed off both modern Chrissy's feet, chewed off half her arm. It's in the other room. So the dogs might be gently racist.
Everybody is. It's okay.
Oh, it's gonna be okay. I'll have to give her some sensitivity training. Okay, go back. So, all right. I want to get into hearing about what is new with you gals, but before I do, I have some super chats that I was not able to get to on the wrapping stream because my shit was covered in coffee and it was bad. So let's see, from Ghost Crusader. Oh my god. For the new PC fund. Oh lordy, thank you for that. Okay. That was for 50. Wow, thank you, Ghost Crusaders. Daniel Vargas, where's the SimpCast theme wrapping paper? Ooh, that's actually a really great idea. I'm going to see if I can make that. From Deranged Lunatic, aren't you the cutest Santa's little helper? Aw, shucks, thanks. From Pragmaticon, you feeling okay after last night? I caught you on Flashcast. Whoops! That stream that you saw of me like nearly touching a puddle of dog pee, that was when I got like rip roaringly drunk because we took out Marshall and Lindsay and Fealty for like a content house like thank you dinner because they were like the sort of main organizers of it, and I got aggressively like, you know, those nights where you're feeling good, you're well slept, you got nothing to do the next day in the morning, and you're like, I'm gonna commit to drunkenness. I just aggressively went head first. Like, we had 2 bottles of sake at dinner, and I was like, yeah, keep them coming. I'm just assuming everybody wants to get drunk like me. And then we drank at a bar after, and then I almost touched some dog pee. So yeah. And then Frank was like, you did another live stream by yourself, and I've never been blackout, but I did not remember this at all. Like, I remembered going on Flashcast. I don't remember what I did, but I did not remember starting my own stream. He's like, yeah, you were just yelling the whole time, and then I just deleted it after the fact. So
it was like giving Lorelai Gilmore vibes when you were like running around.
Lorelai Gilmore, one of the Gilmore
from
girls?
Gilmore Girls, yeah, just like running around.
Is that a compliment or is that bad?
Mm-hmm. It's a good thing. It's just funny.
I don't know why I like to yell so much when I'm drunk. You know what it is? Because it's like, if I do one thing when I'm drunk and it makes somebody laugh, I'm going to do it 45 more times until no one laughs. So that was Flashcast. Okay, one more from Ghost Crusaders. Chrissy, you should use epidemic sounds in the future for music. They'll whitelist your channel. No copyright strikes. Oh, right, because I'm always looking for copyright safe music. From Jim Marshall, your Christmas outfit is adorable. Merry Christmas, Chrissie Mayr. Thank you so much. From Snafu, face of another Rini. Great stream last night and Merry Christmas. Thank you. From David Chandler. Whackety whack, wrap that pack. It's the season of giving to all who are living. It might seem rash, but take this cash. Merry Christmas, Chrissy and Frank. Thank you so much, David Chandler. Whew! Okay. Now I'm here. I'm queer. Get used to it. Carmaxlla, what is new with you? What is new in your world?
Oh man, all I've been doing, I just finished my school semester and I've just been painting a lot. Just a lot of paintings.
You notice how she said that like so whimsically, like, I'm just painting.
It just makes me feel like I'm frolicking in the fall. Like I have nothing to do and I just paint. And it's so nice. I did this horse. It's not that nice because like I'll kind of like have a breakdown and cry because it's so hard and I don't know how to.
Let's see your horse, Carmaxlla.
It was so hard because I've never done this before, but I
feel like a supportive aunt right now.
This is my cousin's horse, and she asked me.
Oh my god! Wait, does it have a black eye? No, hold on. Maybe that's just a shadow.
It does look very abused with all.
Hold on,
scars.
no, I did not mean that.
Chrissy, why did you say that? It looks good, actually. It looks
incredible.
I think it looks great.
That is better than anything I could do.
You're very talented.
Thank you. This part is like very underdeveloped because I couldn't figure out how to do it without it crumbling apart.
That's so good, especially the snoot part.
The snoot. The snoot part.
I like the snoot part, like the shadows and the snoot. That's crazy good, Carmaxlla. Like painting is always something I wish I had spent more time on, like kind of like right out of college, because I loved it. I loved it so much.
We should do a paint stream.
I haven't picked up a paintbrush in freaking forever. Like I might actually cry because I loved it so much. Yay, Venti is here.
Hi.
Hello.
Do we like this look better or do we like this look better?
I like the zoomed in more.
Zoom in
Okay.
more.
Yeah. I loved painting so much, and I minored in it in college. And as part of that minor, I had to take like an art installation class. Like it was a kooky recommendation. And so it's not like straight up painting, which is what I love to do, like painting and drawing. But we had to like install shit to the walls and the ceiling. So I ended up like breaking a light in the process. And then the teacher gave me a C for the class. And I was like,
because you broke the
Chrissie Mayr does not get C's in art. My ego couldn't handle it. So I dropped the minor and switched to women's studies.
Oh my
Is that
god.
what you majored in?
Which set me up for like 10 years of feminism. Yeah.
The worst mistake
That's what
of
you
your
majored
life.
in?
No, I minored in women's studies. I majored in like communications, like media
I
studies.
like how majoring in art the only one thing worse than it is majoring in women's studies in America.
For real.
Like
What
one,
can you
it's
get
like
with
one
that
red
degree?
flag with the other.
Nothing. You get nothing with it. Carmaxlla, what did you major in? Painting?
No, I'm majoring in history because I want to go to law school after.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay,
I want
that
to be a
seems
lawyer.
hard.
You're gonna be
Yeah.
like Elle Woods. You're gonna be a bimbo lawyer. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
Yeah, like Kim Kardashian.
On your first day, be like, yeah, I got in.
But
What?
better.
Like it's hard? Although we
I'm-
don't hear a lot about Kim's law career. Like I wonder
Yeah,
if
what is she
failed.
doing?
Like we haven't heard any updates on that in a minute. I wonder if she failed at some test.
I know she failed the baby bar like at least 2 or 3 times, and that's like the easy one, the pre-test.
Yeah, it takes a lot to do well in any of those tests. I'm so scared for that part, but also I'm scared because I don't know what the word for it is, but like for law school classes, they only give out a certain amount of A's and B's. So
Really?
like, yeah. So
What if
everyone's
everyone is
competing.
great though?
Then you just get bumped down. Like even if you're that good, you just
That
get
sounds
bumped down.
unfair.
And like so much of the class can just get a C or fail or D.
Or what if
So-
everyone sucks? Right.
Yeah, well, I don't know what they do then, but I'm scared of that.
Wow, that is my sister's a teacher in Vegas, and she says that teachers are actually, and this probably applies everywhere, the teachers are actually encouraged, like heavily, like borderline forced, like they really can't fail the students, like they have to just give everybody C's.
Wait,
and
in law
D's.
school?
For high school.
Oh,
She's a high school.
Yeah, it's a pass or fail system. I had that in middle school where it was like basically everyone passed because they didn't want it to look bad to have like dropouts or people who didn't make it to high school. So basically nobody got left back. You only got left back maybe on like super rare occasion, like in elementary school.
That's stupid.
Has anybody here been left back? Do we know anyone who's been left back?
No, I haven't. Carmella's homeschooled, so I don't know how she would get
right.
left back. Imagine your own parents do that.
If your parents were like, we're leaving, we're holding you back a grade. But that's probably the time to do it. There's no shame. Like nobody's gonna make fun of you. Well, except for your parents.
I was 4 grades behind. Like
Just
my
four?
whole
That
life.
doesn't seem like a big deal. Wait, how did you get 4 grades behind?
Because like if I just didn't want to do school, I just didn't do it. There wasn't much enforcement.
This is not a good advertisement for homeschooling, Carmaxlla. This is supposed to be 2022. This could be 2023. It's gonna be the year of homesteading and homeschooling. And
I
you're not
know.
selling me on it.
That's how I grew up, like homesteading and homeschool, but I just didn't do my work a lot of times, and I ended up just like being 4 grades behind. And then when I got like embarrassed about it because I couldn't read or do math, I got up every day at like 4 a.m. and just did school all day and just like knocked out an entire grade in a few months. And that's how I caught up. And then when I was in middle school, that's when I dropped out of school, and I was like, I'm not going. That's as far as my education goes until college, because I was just like, I'm not doing middle school anymore, and I just dropped out, and then I didn't do any school like forever, and until my mom was like, you want to go to community college, and then that's what I did. I just went to community college.
So wait, I have a question. So when you went
Yeah.
to community college, usually they ask for some sort of proof, like you have high school or GED education, right? So what did you do in terms of homeschool? How do you prove that you were homeschooled? Does your mom just like write a note? How does that work?
Well, for when I was underage, since I started when I was 15, I just did dual enrollment, and for that they don't require you to they just don't require any transcripts. But now that when I was 18, they required like a whole high school transcript, which I didn't have. So I just I just asked my mom to fill stuff in, and she did, which it was just like the college class. This keeps like zoning out.
What I just like seeing you do this.
I just keep doing this. I there are girls
Five
in here.
years.
I think this room is haunted because the door doesn't close. Like every time I close it, it will open on its own, and there's like
that could just be a hinge
clicking.
issue.
There's
Yeah.
clicking.
It could just be the
Maybe
door.
that's what it is.
Oh my god, ghosts have
Maybe it's
waifus.
different.
Carmaxlla is some ghost waifu. They like claim humans.
Is that what someone just said?
No, that's what I'm saying. I think ghosts have waifus, and that's why they haunt you. They're like, oh, this tall, hot blonde, let me stalk her. It's a guy showing his affection. It's romantic,
a
isn't it?
supernatural relationship.
Yeah.
Some
Don't you
people
love
are
how
at-
we're all to go out?
What?
Exactly.
Some people in the chat are unfamiliar because this is how long it's been. This is how long we've neglected having Olivia on. I'm just going to jazz your memory, but this is exciting. She is like, would you say you're libertarian, conservative, whatever?
I would say this is like cringe. Nobody make fun of me, but like the word I've been using is conservatarian just because I don't know if I'm like
that.
I didn't make it up. But I don't know if I'm like more one way or the other. But the show is produced by the Foundation of Economic Education, so I wouldn't necessarily call them strictly libertarian or conservative. They're mostly just like a free market / like capitalist think tank and organization. So we're going to talk about the economy. We're going to talk about culture. This is my friend Maggie, who is on your show last week.
Yes, she was great. Yeah, Maggie Anders. You can follow her at Liberty Anders. Yeah, and after talking to her, I was like, oh my gosh, you guys are going to be so great with each other. I'm excited. So you've banked a couple of episodes, like, and then you're just going to try to release it, like weekly?
So we only have currently, I'll let you in the secret. We only have the pilot filmed, and we filmed the pilot like I want to say in October, maybe. It was like a very long time ago. And since then we've been just been working on like branding and like I don't know. It's honestly a lot of it is out of my hands because Fee does like the branding and promo, and they got like a website and equipment and building a set and all that kind of stuff. So that was kind of why we waited so long to launch. And then once we launch on January 19th, then we'll release weekly episodes. And a lot of them will be virtual, but I know that at least the second episode, because I'm about to fly down back to Atlanta to the Fee headquarters again to shoot it.
Ooh.
So that'll be in person.
So I feel like we're gonna catch everybody up since the last time Olivia was here. So other than working on this dope new podcast, let's see, is your man is Patriot J back on Twitter? Is he still banned?
No, he is banned. He
Wow.
is still permanently suspended for saying the N-word, and he's black. That's crazy.
Unacceptable.
That's very niggardly of Twitter.
It really is. It really truly is.
Is that you doing martial arts?
Oh yes. Also, she's a wrestler.
What?
That's cool.
What kind of martial arts do you do?
So I was a Team USA and collegiate women's wrestler, and I'm also a blue belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, a black belt in Taekwondo, like MMA and stuff like that.
Wow, you're a blue belt in Jiu-Jitsu?
Mm-hmm.
That's so impressive. I think my mom is too. My entire family does jiu-jitsu except for me. And
why not? It's honestly, I'm like an evangelist about it because I'm like, for women especially, if you're gonna do any self-defense, I would say either jiu-jitsu or wrestling or some combination. Because
yes,
in the real world, like if you're attacked by the average man on the street, they're gonna be stronger than you. And jiu-jitsu is one of those sports that doesn't rely so much on strength, but technique. So.
Yes, that's so true. I did do jiu-jitsu for like a month. Like it was like 2 months that I did jiu-jitsu, but I had to stop because my joints was hurting. Like my joint, I just was having joint problems, but it's so cool. Like I love jiu-jitsu.
I like the sound of jiu-jitsu.
It was like, yeah. No, I did cry when I was younger, and my biggest regret with that was that I quit right before I got my black belt because I wanted to play lacrosse.
Oh, I feel you.
Gotta finish it through.
Yeah, same here with Taekwondo.
And it's so good I feel like it's so good, that type of training, for self-confidence.
It is. I literally think that because I had like a whole other life before I was into politics and like kind of like a niche internet micro celebrity, because I was like initially like locally famous for being like that girl on the boys team that was like beating up all these guys in wrestling. And I think that made me so confident to the point where I was like, I'm just gonna like talk my shit online and it just like blew up after that. And so my regret is similar. Like I didn't like remain consistent with wrestling or like jiu-jitsu. So the last time I competed was like January or February. So I would like to compete again coming up next month because I competed like for my birthday. So I'm going to compete again for my birthday.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Good for you.
So cool. Have you ever had to use jujitsu or like martial arts in real life?
A lot of people
Have you ever been attacked?
I don't know. I've never like really been in a fight other than like in like middle school or high school, and that was just like a little kid fake fight. So I've never had to use it, but I think that it honestly makes me maybe be a little have a little bit of reckless abandon sometimes. Like whereas like some girls wouldn't want to like walk to a certain place at night or go to some certain place, I feel more confident to do those things. But thankfully I've never had to use it.
That's good though. But at least you know, like if something did happen, you would be able to fight back.
I think the best martial arts for women is a gun.
Yeah,
I think it's an equalizer.
Tweet, Venti.
I'll tweet it.
Yeah.
It is a gun.
I think that guns are like feminist. I feel like they're very feminist.
Are they penis shaped? They're
exactly. They're
love.
for women.
They are.
Make up for the gap, the strength.
Would
gap.
you get catcalled if you had a Glock on your thigh or your hip? No. You wouldn't. No guy would do anything weird to you if you had a gun on you.
Unless you're doing like Lara Croft cosplay, then you will for sure. Oh man. Okay. Oh, from Spectral Citizen. Evening, ladies. Hello, Spectral Citizen. Oh man, I'm finally not hungover anymore. It only took all day long. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm motivated, Olivia. I want to take. I think I took a couple of Krav Maga Groupon classes like back in the day, but
we should film like a group like SimpCast self-defense training or something.
I would love that. Yeah, let's see who lives, or maybe we'll have to all fly out to Texas and do something. Because I'm like, who could I do a self-defense class with other than Cecil? I'm like, who else lives nearby in New York?
Could do some IRL streaming with things like that. That'd be fun.
I like that. I want to do it. Madison Malloy.
Hey.
So your book is out. You've been doing a book tour, a lot of appearances. I imagine that's been taking up the book again. If you've missed it,
the book,
which can be bought on Amazon.
Right. Yeah, it's Amazon.
Why is your self-help book different than the millions of other self-help books that are on my bookshelf of unread books?
Because I wanted to create a different type of self-help book, and I wanted to put more humor in it because I feel like humor not only uplifts your spirit, but also helps you remember things so you can actually put it into play. I wanted to share a lot of my experiences and what I did to make the shift. And, I wanted to make it a quick read because sometimes when these books get too long, there's great information in there for you, but you can't get through it. So you have no benefit. Where this book you can get through and it's laid out so you can go back and refer to it. Minus obviously there's, some dick jokes and some F words in there. They're peppered throughout. So if you want, a younger person to read it, maybe in high school or middle school, you can just quickly block out the F words and the part where I compare life to sucking dick at a frat party, and you're good to go.
So yeah. I'm disappointed. No pussy jokes?
No, not really, I guess. I mean, I guess it could be a pussy joke, and you're like, yeah.
You got to give them something to be mad about if you make the pussy joke. You got to make them it's like full circle. It's like making a pussy joke, it's unfunny. Acknowledging that pussy jokes aren't funny. Making them because they aren't funny. You got to go full circle with it.
Okay, next book, it's going to be all pussy jokes. Just for you, Brad.
Pussy jokes only. XSL, would you start stream 4 hours early for EU YouTubers? What time is it in EU right now?
Depends where they are, I think.
It's 5 hours ahead right now, or 6 hours ahead. We're go back.
1, 2, 3 a.m. Go to bed. Wow. You could always watch it on the playback. But no, we're not starting early for you. Come on. This is get with it, all right? Use the dollar, suck it up.
Yeah, sometimes people wake up in the middle of the night so they can tune in.
That's true. When I've drank a lot, I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm super hot because my body's trying to like work out all the
Yeah.
alcohol. That's how I know I drank too much. From push-ups, Carmaxlla in Elden Ring, you need to get Bloodhound's Step, Anna, why female Revan instead of Bastila. Allison, welcome. Okay, well, Allison had to cancel, but the Carmaxlla part of this we can do. Are you familiar with this? Elden Ring. Oops,
Oh my god!
muted.
I was talking the entire time. I was wondering why no one could hear me.
You're making a lot of sense too. You're making so many good points.
Yeah, thank you for the tip. They've been helping me get through Elden Ring. So I do Elden Ring on YouTube instead of Twitch. And
Ooh.
I'm trying to get my watch hours up because I really want to make content on YouTube, but I want to profit or like I want to have some kind of budget for my videos. So
Yeah, you want to get that money. Just keep at it.
yeah.
Sean Green. Is anyone still friends with Elijah Schaefer? Oh, I think he's on vacation. I texted him the other day. I guess he's mostly not responding to all the stuff.
I mean, it depends what you mean by friends. Like, people have different definitions of friends, right? There's
That's
like
true.
people that you associate with, maybe you'll call your friends, then it goes in the inner circle, etc.
That's true. I think it's easy to say, like, if I'm really using the term friend, there's friendly and then there's friend. Like, friend
Yeah.
would be like, if I'm feeling suicidal, who would I call? And then
Yeah,
there's
because
like,
you could be neutral on someone too, but like be friendly toward them. It's like, where do you draw the line for like what is a friend? People have different definitions.
yeah.
Yeah, friends obviously someone you can count on, acquaintances or people you know.
Clearly everyone on this panel is a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys can call me if you're suicidal.
Oh.
Yeah. I wouldn't really know what to say though, but I would listen.
Sometimes that's all people need is just somebody to listen to them,
I would say, I wish you
For
would
sure.
step back from that ledge, my friend.
Just sing them a
The next
song.
line. You just start singing to them. That might
No,
make
you
them
got to
more
tell them.
suicidal.
If they're a girl, it's easy. You just tell them like, no, don't do it. If you do it, imagine how ugly you'll be if you fail.
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh no. Right.
That always works with me.
Or I'd just be like, however far it is from summer again, I'd be like, look, hang in there. Summer's coming. It's gonna be like, or if it's a new year, I'll be like, oh, it's gonna be the summer of George. Or
Do you guys get depressed in the winter or sad?
I think
Really?
most people do because the lack of sunshine and and vitamin D deficiencies. It's so important that not only you get natural sunlight, but also that you're taking vitamin D supplements. I know when I haven't been feeling good, and I'll go to a doctor to get a full blood panel to make sure everything's good. Sometimes they'll come back with vitamin D deficiencies, which is can so affect like your mood, primarily.
Get that D.
Your immune system. Yeah, the D is important. At least vitamin D won't give you an STD, but
hey.
What kind of symptoms do you have when you're like how do you know that you're deficient like without even getting a blood test? Are there any signs?
Do you kind of have lack of energy? Are you more prone to catching colds? Are you feeling sad?
If you're feeling blah.
It's a big one for vitamin D. Yeah, and it's so good for your immune system.
Most people are deficient.
They are, yeah, because we're in kind of a catch-22. You don't want to go in the sun because it's responsible for 75 to 80% of aging, but yet you also need it. But I've talked to doctors, and I said, should I be sitting, exposed versus with any sunscreen on 20 minutes a day to get those levels up? And they said, that's not a bad thing to do, but you're never going to get what you need really from the sun. So it's important to be taking those supplements. And you can go to I always say private practice because they're not, beholden to the insurance companies. So you can really get the information that you need, and then you can, get the right level. Because you don't want to, if you don't need that much, you don't want to take too much either. So
And also, like, the darker your skin is, the more. Wait, fuck. I can do this.
Lighter your skin, yeah.
The lighter your skin is. Let's go that way.
But
Actually, I think the darker your skin is, the harder
more
it
you
is
need
for
it,
your body
because
to
you're not in the
absorb vitamin
sun.
D.
Yeah.
You have
Oh.
natural SPF going on. So you got to take more D. I think the darker your skin is. But again, consult your doctor or Wikipedia.
That
According to my
reminds me, I'm not
Instagram
taking my
feed,
D today. I need it.
according to my Instagram feed, you should also be sunning your butthole, which I don't know where these people are all doing
that
this.
too. What the fuck is that about? How am I going to
point? You have to point your anus into the sun, and
I would love to do that.
you'll charge up like a superhero.
No wonder my dog's always in such a good mood.
Aww. That's true. The dogs do like to sit in the sun.
You know?
I feel like it would be rejuvenating. I would just be afraid if someone were to see that.
Yeah, I was going to say, how do you not horrify your neighbors? You're just sitting there like downward dog. Just
How about you could be inside, like have a little wall around you, just have a series of mirrors set up so that you could tilt in, but then you might burn your butthole like an ant in the summer.
You just
You
get
wanna
a
make
sun
sure it's-
lamp, I guess, and do it in your room.
This would be an interesting drawing.
How would you
Yeah, it'd be a great drawing, but it'd also be a really great live stream. You know? Watch Chrissie Mayr figure out how to sun her butthole.
Some with a mirror.
Sun Uranus, kids. Sun Uranus.
Get some sun in your bum.
I wonder if it would help with hemorrhoids. I feel like it would.
What were the benefits?
Like burn it out.
Yeah.
That's
Maybe.
what fences are for.
I have heard that you're supposed to get sunlight in your eyes. I've recently been seeing that too, but not too much.
Really, like
You're supposed to
looking
let
up
your
at an
eyes
eclipse.
hit the sun.
Interesting.
Not like stare at the sun,
Like,
but get
look up-
natural sunlight. Like
Yeah,
especially
you
for
know,
school.
men online say a lot of things. They straight up will be like, bro, stare into the sun for 10 minutes a day. You'll get more testosterone. And people be out here believing that. You guys
Don't
are
do
fucking Darwin Award. Like,
Oh,
yeah, it's true. You need to get sunlight in your eye in the sense of like going outside so that your internal clock registers. That's correct. But and that's why maybe wearing sunglasses all the time might not be beneficial. But no, you don't want to like stare into the fucking sun in hopes that you'll get bigger
Yeah,
shoulders and a bigger dick. Like
It's like the Liver King logic.
Yeah.
She's fine, but she's really happy now.
Oh, we got someone who was left back. Jay. I was held back in second grade. We changed school districts and the new school was ahead of me. Not sure how much that helped me in the long run. Oh, you're probably fine. I think 1 year doesn't really matter. No one really starts asking questions like if you're a year older or younger. Because some people have like I have a November birthday, so I started kindergarten at 4 years old, which is like not common. So I'm actually a child prodigy. So I graduated.
What's your IQ?
Oh, I don't know. It's up there. I don't know. I should take a test.
Too high to count.
Yeah, it actually exploded past the chart. They were like, does not compute. It was like really impressive. And they're like, wow, you're actually too smart even for Mensa. So, yeah. All right, let's Alexis Carson. Carmaxlla gives me Margot Robbie vibes. Anyone
Nice.
else? Yes.
Aw.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's
I love
so
spending
sweet.
Sunday night with the girls. Stay fierce, ladies. Thanks, Alexis. You look hot. You look like you in your car right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't do nearly enough content in my car. Like I do none. I think because I'm ashamed of my car.
I know
I
this
was
is a trend
doing
on TikTok too. They love
I feel
car
like everyone's always in
videos.
their car. Yeah, it definitely is. It's like a big car, but I think there's like nice natural lighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Because you can change the lighting too by driving somewhere else.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Deranged lunatic. Brittany, what's your views on angels and demons?
I think that they're real if you believe they're real. Some people claim that it could be aliens. I think that theory is interesting. So I'll go with for the short answer, I'll go with it's real. Long answer, it depends on your belief system because I think that reflects on your actual reality.
Right. If you boil it down, like, do you believe in forces of good and forces of evil? Which I totally agree with. It's just like what form that takes.
Yeah.
If it's just people, or if it's like spirits, or if it's Carmaxlla's haunted door. But Carmaxlla's had a lot of haunted shit happening. Like she lives a very haunted life.
Just sounds sad.
Olivia, did you hear that story? It was like one of my all-time favorite Carmaxlla stories where you had a haunted doll. It may or may not have tried to kill you.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm confusing it with a Simpsons episode.
No, that was me. It was I had this doll that was like this antique, like vintage porcelain doll from Brazil that was like passed down generations, and finally my dad was like, okay, this doll is yours. And it was like in this box all the time. And that's how it was given to me. Yeah, the German they're called like porcelain German dolls, but my grandma got it in Brazil. And my idiot friends came over and they went through my stuff because I always like to go through my stuff and take everything out of the closet. And they pulled out the doll and they're like, oh my God, you have this porcelain doll. You shouldn't be having it in this box. You need to have it on display. And then they put it on display. And then all of this haunted stuff started happening. Everything like it was, and my dad was getting like sleep paralysis because I moved it to his room, and he was like waking up having sleep paralysis of like, he said it felt like Golem was like on top of him, choking him in his sleep, and he couldn't move. And then eventually like it just ended, and it ended in my dad destroying it. But I don't think I told you guys what happened afterwards.
Did it come back together?
No, I think the spirit was still like there. I think the spirit never went away because I think the spirit just it's like getting blurry. I think the spirit just
with your camera.
I think the spirit just transferred to my other stuffed animals. Like, because I had this stuffed animal that I kept, it was like my favorite. It was named Wiley the Coyote. And then it just started like appearing in different places of the house, even though I always kept it in my bedroom. And it was just like, doing some weird things. And all the stuffed animals like started doing weird things. And my brother started having these nightmares that his stuffed animals were coming up to him and they were on fire and like choking him and setting him on fire. And I was like thinking, I remember walking into the room and like being totally scared of my stuffed animals at this point. And I looked at Wiley the Coyote and I was like, I need to figure out how to get rid of her. And then my nose just started gushing blood from both nostrils, just like, and I was like, it just started pouring blood out of my nose. Why does it keep getting blurry?
Hey, yo.
You're talking about the spirit. I can't believe that.
Yeah. And then what I just did, me and my brother, because we were like having this shared experience of like these creepy things happening. You need an exorcist.
I'm sure we must know one. There's probably one in the chat.
Yeah, there probably is. But me and my brother were so scared of this. We were so scared. And my youngest brother got really sick, and we said that it was because of his stuffed animal. I don't know if that was true. We were just messing with him. And we burned all of our stuffed animals. We burned everything in like a fireplace in our house. And so we just didn't have any toys after that, but we felt a lot better.
Have you guys ever watched videos on exorcisms, like exorcists, actual ones talking about it? It's really interesting. It's a good rabbit hole.
No.
There was one that Matt Fradd interviewed. He made The Porn Myth. It's a really good book. And he happened to also interview an exorcist. Yeah. So I went and I watched it, and the guy was like, he was just a normal dude, like normal priest, chill. And he was like, yeah, sometimes they'll just speak different languages, and you're actually like not allowed to be in the room because they go on to the weakest link and they'll try to possess them. And they can get really, like when it's like a tier 5 possession, they could get like super violent with their words, have like super strength, throwing things, which is why you're not allowed in the room. Only the exorcist is. And he said it's specific to priests because they have to do it as like a non-ego thing. Like they have to like recognize, oh, it comes from a higher power, Jesus and God, not themselves, because if it becomes an ego thing, it doesn't work. So that's the tricky part. Yeah,
You know,
I thought it was
Olivia, that
interesting.
you can buy a haunted doll.
Oh,
Oh yeah, we saw
Did
those.
you just burp? That's Brittany's thing.
I feel bad. I've been rooting all of my burps so I don't take away from Brittany's shine.
From Elsa Barrett, this is for the Chrissy's Haunted Doll Fund. You can buy them. I would never buy a haunted doll. No.
God, no.
But yeah, for something to be fake though, like why would there be so many priests doing exorcisms? Like, oh, they're just all crazy and they're all just making shit up. Like there's nothing to it.
I think
Like-
that it's real. I think that I had a friend who got haunted once.
How do you think
Or-
it happens though? Like why these people attach to certain individuals?
I hope it's not because of too many crystals, because I
Screwed.
I look at my pile every once in a while and I'm like, maybe I should stop. But these actually prevent like EMF rays. I put them on the other side of my computers.
Is that obsidian or onyx?
I don't remember. I don't think it's either. I think it's something else.
Tourmaline? Tourmaline is a good one for
I
that.
shake out all the EMF rays every once in a while. Or I have to put it in the sun so it can sun its butthole. It's not tourmaline. It's not tourmaline. Fuck. I got them
Well,
off
that's
Amazon.
true. 100% of people who sun their assholes
Yes.
definitely own crystals.
It's shungite. Hannah gets it. Yep.
Oh, I've heard of that. Where
And I
did
had-
you buy that at?
Oh, you know, Amazon. And then I had one that I had on the back of my phone for a while.
I heard that shungite can be, maybe I'm wrong, but I think it was one where you could like put it in your bra or you put it on your body and it like.
Oh yeah, I often have crystals in my bras.
Okay.
And then I forget they're there, and then I take my bra off at the end of the night, and then you hear like clang, like you hear all these rocks falling on the floor. And then Frank's like, "What the fuck is that?" I'm like, "Oh, just my
It's like a
bra
cartoon.
crystals." It
You
is.
like shake Chrissy and a bunch of crystals come out.
That's the deal.
Chrissy, the crystal lady.
That's what I want to be. That's what I'd be when I grow up. Olivia, do you believe in hauntedness? Have you ever had a haunted experience?
No, I wouldn't necessarily write it off, but I've never experienced anything like that. And then I can't say that I've done a lot of research into it, but like all like the ghost hunter type shows that are just like bullshit TV has always like thrown me off from it. But I'm sure there's like people who have like legit like real experiences.
Yeah. It's easy to be kind of neutral unless, I mean, if you had something happen to you like Carmaxlla, it's like how can you not believe in it? Like when
Right, like that story made my jaw drop because I had never heard anything like that fucking like the spontaneous nosebleed, like that sealed it for me. I was like, yeah.
I think it's good if you don't believe in it, because if you don't believe in it, it won't happen to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. That's
I
like
think
how
it
I
only
fall
was
asleep
happening
every night.
Yeah. I think it only happened to me because like my family was very spiritual and like religious, but mostly like very spiritual. So they believed in a lot of stuff like that.
I was gonna ask because you said they burned everything, and I was like thinking like what my parents' reaction would be if like I thought my toys were haunted. They would slap me across the face and tell me to shut like, they would not like be like, okay, let's burn all your toys. Like they would not react like that.
They'd be like, do you know how much I paid for that shit?
Yeah, they're haunted now.
Yeah. Yeah, my parents and I would tell them the like most wild stories and they'd be like, yeah, that you need to pray when that happens. I told them that when I was a kid. I was like laying in their bed asleep and I woke up and I saw my stuffed animals like walking around. This was way before the doll. I was like probably 4 and they're like walking around and then there's a shadow in the room walking around too. And I woke up and I told them that and they were like shocked and scared and they were like, Carmaxlla, if that happens, you need to pray to God.
You sure it was an elf on a shelf?
Maybe it was. My parents didn't like Elf on the Shelf because they were afraid like that it would be real.
Right, that a demon would get it again.
The what?
Like a demon would get it. That Elf on the Shelf thing. Wow, that's an amazing.
I have one right there.
It's just so crazy how that thing like took off.
There's
It's
a
such a
shit
good
on it.
idea though.
Yeah.
But it's exhausting for parents. What if they forget to? My brother forgot to move it this year, and his.
You have to come up with a lie. You have to be like, oh, the elf on the shelf was constipated, or oh no, I can tell it moved a little bit. And you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. But they always have to like put it in weird places. Like it's It's kind of funny. It's exhausting.
Yeah.
But
It's
I'm
definitely
so glad that my parents never did that to me as a kid because I would have believed it and had like serious nightmares.
Another
Like,
annoying
basically,
thing is
other-
like if you have like joint parenting, or if you're in like a divorce or a split parenting situation, like you all have to get on the same page about your rules, because then you're like, oh well, the elf at mommy's does this and your elf doesn't do that, and then you're like, oh fuck, you know, like you have to make up all these excuses and reasons, and it's like, oh, the elf at mommy's can make pancakes. How come this elf doesn't cook? And you're like, geez, oh, the elf over there, it's shat out a bunch of Hershey Kisses, and or it makes a mess. Oh my god! But I'm gonna.
One elf is just being demonic, and the other elf is just making pancakes.
The elf at mommy's is lighting my other toys on fire. The other elf made my nose bleed.
Someone said, I think Carmaxlla was on medication as a kid.
Oh.
They're just not vibing. They don't
know. They're not vibing yet. They will. I like the approach of I'm just not going to believe in something I don't agree with or don't like.
Yeah.
And then you just
it works.
You pretend it doesn't exist. Like I'll just be like, Democrats? What? Not a thing. No, I'll just be like, I've never heard of such a thing. Antifa? What?
Yeah. As soon as I stopped believing in like demons and stuff, then I was like, I had to force myself not to believe in it because I felt like I was just driving myself crazy. And I was having too many paranormal experiences. And then as soon as I was like, okay, I'm atheist. I'm not even atheist, but that's just what I told myself. Get it to
Yeah, exactly. I had to do a similar thing. Like I had a really bad problem trying to fall asleep. I didn't have like a direct haunting or anything, but it's always been a little bit of a fear of mine of like sleeping because I feel like paranormal things happen when you sleep. Like I feel like it's right under everyone's noses. Like we go unconscious every night for 8 hours and we have to pretend to sleep to fall asleep, and then random weird things happen and like people have psychic dreams and everything. It's just very strange to me, and so it spooks me. So I had to like gaslight myself into believing that ghosts and spirits aren't real so I could fall asleep a little easier, and that worked for me too. So I know exactly what you're talking about.
Exactly.
Because in reality, we're living in the 3D plane. Like, even though the paranormal is, in my opinion, real due to belief, but you still have to live in this reality where you have to pay rent and you have to work and eat and things like that. So you have to kind of dual wield it and figure that out.
I agree with what you're saying. Like, you're the only person who's been able to put it into words for me.
Aww.
That makes a lot. Like, that's exactly what I was thinking. Like, there's just a reality, and you just kind of, when you die, you could be a spirit and experience like whatever's actually there. But if I don't know what's wrong with my camera right now. I'm sorry.
It's the ghosts. It's fine.
Yeah, maybe I need to blow on it and like wipe it.
I just saw the movie Spirited with Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds. Actually, really good. Like at first. At first, I thought this would be very cringy because I don't like particularly. I find Will Ferrell to be kind of exhausting, but it was a really good movie. Highly recommend. Like, I wouldn't watch it with kids though because there's like not violence, not like porn, but there is some like adult themage, and I don't want to spoil it. But it's like not something I would want a kid to watch because it's like a little kind of dark, but really good movie. Like,
it's called Spirited.
Spirited, yeah.
Is it on demand now? I know it was in the theaters, but is it like, can you rent it online?
Yeah, we just watched it on, must have been Netflix or some kind of TV streaming thing.
Wow, okay, I gotta check that out. I have not watched enough Christmas movies this year.
You gotta watch Love Actually. You gotta watch Home Alone.
Yeah, I have to do Home Alone. I've been watching. I mean, obviously, like the Hallmark Channel seems to always end up on the background for me. So I've seen a lot of Hallmark ones. And then I watched Elf one night, but I'm like, I got to do the Home. So this is like going to be my week, like every night do catch up on my Christmas movies because you can't do it next week.
You got to get into the spirit. Mark Wilkins went to law school and got a lot of C's, but law school is not college. Also, there is an online only law school that only works for a California law license. That sounds complicated.
Yeah, like if you get a lot of C's in law school, I don't think they judge you as harshly as if you got C's throughout actual college.
Like the C stands for correct.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a compliment from me, from Aaron Howard. No disrespect to Frank, but Chrissy looks hot tonight. So hot tonight. Thank you, Aaron. I will put you on the wait list for that.
Trembling right now.
You have been added to the wait list. Dan. Who said that?
Me. I said full disrespect to Frank.
I thought that for a second I was like, did I enable a voice thing? Like I've been trying to set up, like where it reads the chat, and I was like, who said that? Do I have my own ghost? Dan Halen, use the dollar. How else will we get Chrissy to know? How else will we get Chrissy to not know what currency is being used? I don't know. I was under the impression that like the world operates off the dollar. Am I wrong?
I agree. If
Okay,
you
thanks.
give Chrissy money that isn't American money, it's literally hate speech.
You're literally not supporting the troops. Alexis Carson. Oh, thanks. This picture was taken in the family RV. That's cool.
Aw. Oh, you have a family?
That's
so
fun.
I want one of those.
An RV?
RV.
And family.
Or a family.
A family.
Just drive an RV around with the door open and collect a family. Nvidia, another member of the My Dolls Are Trying to Kill Me Club.
Hi, Nvidia.
I guess Nvidia, that happened to her too.
Oh,
Maybe Ghost Crusaders could explain all these ghost happenings. I owned 3 haunted dolls. If you're scared, you should cleanse your house, holy water and a prayer, sage, or get a shaman to come clean your home. Shaman, couldn't you just get like Mary Maids or somebody?
Wait, you know what else is Palo? Have you guys heard of Palo Santo wood?
Yeah, it's like the sticks. I have some.
Yeah, that's supposed to be good. I haven't done it for a while. I probably should do it. But I had somebody tell me when I was trying to create like make business happen. They were like, do it on yourself. So I would do it in the shower just so there would, fire.
You were trying to burn something in the shower?
No, the shower would be off, but I would do it in there just for safety. But yeah, and then with the smoke, you would just like circle yourself like from head to toe.
You have to be naked.
Do this until this thing happens. No, you don't have to be naked. You can have your clothes on.
This sounds very witchy.
You could do it yourself too, versus like just doing your home. But
that sounds neat.
I'm not into that stuff, but I was like, you know what? Whatever works. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever heard of spirit bathing?
No.
No.
I heard about it. It's actually interesting. So basically, Chrissy might like this. You put a bunch of crystals in your shower. The idea is to get every element in there. So you light a candle, you put crystals, you have air flowing, and you make the water really. Yeah, if you want. You have dirt on your body already. Maybe that counts. But you get the water really hot, and it makes the particles accelerate faster. And so your crystal's charged. It's charging with the water. Water is conducting this energy, and then you're going into the water, and you're made of water. So then the energy conducts through you because you're not really separate from the water. And if you play a frequency too while this is all happening, right, because everything's accelerated, it's supposed to really make you feel good afterwards and cleanse you.
So it's like a good manifestation kind of tool too.
Yeah.
I like that.
But won't the candle be, I have a dumb question. Won't the candle be put out with the water?
If it's a bath, no.
Okay. I just bought a couple of shower steamers, which I feel like is the shower. It's like big shower trying to get in on the bath bomb marketing. Like I feel like big showers, like I want a piece of that bath bomb action. We'll just make one for showers.
All right, I've been wondering about that. Because especially in New York, not everyone has a bathtub, really.
Yeah.
Depends.
No, that's true.
And in some cases, not everyone had a shower back in the day. I didn't have one until I left New York when I was like 10.
How did you get clean? Just a tub?
Baths. Yeah.
That's so old fashioned.
I didn't realize
Like
until
a cowboy. That's so cool though. How was growing up in New York?
Impoverished.
Oh, you mean character building?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
I was like on Long Island suburbs, so I had like a pretty normal-ish. Like I was not going into the city until college, so because it was like my parents were like, it's too expensive to go to the city.
So you're from Brooklyn, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is it like there? Like, is it
like a third world country?
Candy grows on trees. No.
Because I went
You don't
to
get a
the-
laundry. You don't get a dishwasher. I didn't have a shower. I only had a tub. What's another one? Oh, like I didn't know what a garbage disposal was until I moved to like Texas. I was like, what
True.
is that? Just a lot of common things you would think. Like we didn't have
No
central
counter
air.
space. Like Queens
Counter
is similar
space.
too. Like no counter space. No like you don't have a hood thing over your oven. You know the hood thing that like sucks up the cooking air?
Yeah.
Oh,
Didn't have one
yeah.
of those either.
Yeah.
Or like every time you leave your house, if you turn one corner, it's a different ethnicity. So you feel like a foreigner in your own country. You make a right and it's just white people hipster coffee shops, but you make a left when you leave the house. It's like Muslims all speaking Arabic and niqabs. And it's very confusing. And it'll look like super gloomy with trash everywhere, at least where I was. And it's like that. You'll literally go to the right side of a street and it'll be rich. You go to the left side and it's just impoverished, Popeyes, Checkers everywhere, project buildings. People don't even speak the same language as you. And it also feels very unsafe. So walking around as a kid's not ideal.
And like
Yeah,
car,
that's scary.
no one has a car. Like car culture is like not a thing. So every time you go grocery shopping, you're in the store like, okay, not what do I need, but like what am I able to physically carry back by myself?
Yeah,
And so, like,
exactly.
yeah.
Was it
And-
dangerous? Like, were people dangerous to you?
My mom never let me walk alone. I didn't walk alone in New York for my first time until I was 18 when I had moved back.
Oh, that's good.
Just
that
because
you-
it's too dangerous. So my mom would just have my grandma watch me, or like she would be with me walking around.
Wow. Did you like have a perception of like what was outside of New York, or was that just all you knew?
No, it's like a fishbowl. I was talking to someone about this the other day. It's literally like a fishbowl because you can't leave. You're too poor to afford a car. You don't know how to drive. So you're just stuck there, and that's what you see. That's your worldview. So I finally, when I left, when I was like 10, and then, like I said, I moved back when I was 18. That's how I kind of realized how the outside world was. And there's hotels and just so many things I had never experienced. I still am like very underexperienced because of it. I like basically stayed in like a 1 mile radius my entire childhood in New York.
How was like seeing big grocery stores and like big malls and Walmart and Target?
I didn't go to Walmart that much because we don't have Walmart in New York, but like when I left, there was one.
Yeah, when you left.
But I still didn't go a lot. I went to the mall a lot. Malls are a big thing in Connecticut because there's nothing to do. So you just go to the mall and people are just troublemakers.
Long
They're
Island,
teens.
too.
Yeah. But it was
feels like
cool. I
it's
like
weird, like,
nature.
after living in the city, well, Brooklyn and Queens for years, moving back out to the suburbs again, it feels very like luxurious. Like going to a big grocery store feels very like luxurious. Like everything you do feels like rich people activity. Like even going to a Target, like, oh my God, this is so like luxurious. There's so much shit here I don't need and I can just buy, and like wow. And like even having a car, like I can put more stuff than I can carry in this car and it's fine. Like it's really crazy.
That's exactly how it feels. And people don't realize how bad it is until they actually go themselves and just stay there for a little bit. They just, because I've seen it happen in real time, like bringing someone to New York who's not from there. And I explained the whole thing to them, how it's literally like a third world country. And they really don't get it until they're there.
Yeah, parking feels luxurious. Like getting just not sweating parking like in front of your home or at stores is crazy. Everything just feels so easy. It feels like you're swimming with sweatpants on and you get used to it for years, and then finally one day like the sweatpants come off and you're like, oh my God, this is just so, everything feels so easy.
Yeah.
Which is why I would recommend, like, if you're gonna live in a city like New York, like do it as young as you can, because I think you can put up with that shit better before you've experienced like easier suburban living, I guess.
Yeah.
I was very shocked when I went to New York for the first. I went to New York for the first time a year ago, and it was like jarring. It was so scary. Like it was scary in the way that it was like very confining, and it was during COVID, so it wasn't like there was a ton of people there.
It was the best time. Yeah.
When they actually cleaned the subways.
Yeah, the subways
were
super fun. I love the subways at that time. I'm like, the stories I've heard are so I was so scared to go on the subway after like what Dylan was telling me, because he lived there all his life. And he was like, "Oh yeah, if you see like brown stains on the seats, don't sit there because someone like shat there to like mark their territory."
You didn't know that? Your common sense wouldn't tell you brown stain?
No.
Like, what could that be?
I would just think like chocolate ice cream like melted on there.
Okay, there's way more homeless people than chocolate ice cream lovers in the city.
But the most scary part was how like confined it all was, and there was no space. And Dylan was like taking me to his childhood home, and it's like a $700,000 home, but it was like the smallest house I had ever been in. It was
Yeah.
It
Wow.
was so
Peer
like
crisis.
yeah, it was so small, and I was like in the shower I had to like duck to go into, and everything is kind of like the foundation is shifting and the houses are really tall, so when you're walking down like this super narrow flight of stairs, you're just like to the side.
Oh
of it.
yeah, it is like that. That's right.
Yeah, you have to be okay with like skinny, like short passageways. Like just everything has less space. And I forget.
Yeah.
I forgot all about it. You just get used to it. You really do. You're like the frog in the boiling water or the gay water, whatever.
Yeah.
You just, like adjust. Life.
Yeah, I was very surprised because I'm from like the country, homesteading.
So his house, he had a house in Manhattan?
No,
Or
no,
was
no,
it
no,
Burroughs?
in Queens.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
like right by the subway. That's why it was so expensive.
That's pretty clutch. And then like these houses in Queens, they shove like 20 like Koreans into a room. It's like they go, it's pretty cray. Like every few years, like somebody will get busted for housing too many people in an apartment.
Oh,
They'll just create like a lot of little rooms inside one room.
Yeah, and that was like the culture thing was also another thing very surprising to me. Like I was sitting in this Chinese restaurant because I went to like the Asian side of town, and right outside, like I look outside and there's like a car of like, I mean, I don't know what to call them. And Dylan said that they were Punjabi. They're Punjabi. That's like the word. I don't know. I can't look at someone's like culture and know what it is. But
a type of Indian.
Yeah, like it was a type of Indian.
Of the curry persuasion. Yeah.
And they were sword fighting and like riding in the back of a truck with like hay in the back. And they're like standing
that sounds
up.
typical.
And then they jumped out and they started sword fighting each other. Yeah,
sounds
for Carmaxlla doxing people.
Cranberry Langers, Merry Christmas, Chrissy, and all you lasses. Thanks, Cranberry. Andrew Thomas, Merry Christmas week, ladies. Happy first day of Hanukkah. Yes, it's Hanukkah starts tomorrow. Sexy Brittany. Scrooge is a great Christmas movie. All right, maybe I'll watch it, Andrew. Walking through Democrats like they don't exist is called the Alex Stein approach.
Yeah, they'll try to stop him and he just like keeps walking and they just like fall. It's really funny. They can't even do
it's
anything.
one of the perks of being over 6 feet tall. You can just walk through people. It's fun. Rusty Spigot for 10. Cooking a late dinner and cracking up listening to you guys go off. I stay happy during the winter by not sunburning my taint. Wow. You sound pretty boring. Merry Christmas from NYC. Thanks, Rusty.
Yeah,
See,
honestly, if your asshole's not sunburnt, like, are you even woke?
Are you even living life to its fullest?
No.
I've burnt not my butthole, but pretty darn close.
How?
I went to a nude beach once in my youth in Ibiza, and I just kind of like fell asleep with my ass out, and then I was like, wow, the whole thing is burned, not just like burnt tan lines. It was fun.
So wait, would you have to hypothetically sunscreen your asshole to sleep on your stomach?
No, I mean, you're not falling asleep with your legs open unless you're like really looking for trouble.
Your asshole's pretty cover unless you bend over.
It's a tricky thing to navigate because like you have to really be like, because if you're laying on your back, like you got to be like, who am I going to point this thing at? You know, like you got to really turn away from people or not, if that's what you're into.
Yeah.
Was it common for you to go to nude beaches?
No, it was just that one time.
That one.
I did like one trip to, God, did I go? I think it was when I went to a trip to Italy and went to like, we did Florence, Capri, and I think Ibiza, or maybe that was. I did like 2 cool trips like that. Or I did Paris and then like Ibiza with an ex-boyfriend many years ago. Could have had more fun, but I didn't drink that much because he was an alcoholic and I didn't want to trigger him. So
Yeah.
I was in Italy and I had 1 glass of wine.
Was this like in a time period where social media was a thing on phones?
It was 2012 or 13. Yeah.
Because I would have been scared if someone takes a photo.
That's true. But I was not.
I got trapped in a nudist colony.
Trapped at a nudist colony? You've been saving this the whole time, Madison?
It's in my book. I actually wrote it in my book. Yeah, I signed up for like a discount spring break called a Super Club Surprise. And the surprise was we ended up at a nudist. Not only was it a nudist colony, it was also a nudist like swingers resort.
What was it, like hedonism?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I've seen every guy's dick you imagine without having to touch them. So I was very blessed that way. But yeah, I've seen them all. I've seen them all.
I've seen big ones. I've seen little ones.
Yeah.
So was it a colony or was it just a hotel?
It's a hotel, but it's known for like nude, the nudist part of it, and then like people are very open and swing. It was kind of like it was like a swingers fuck fest essentially. It opened my eyes to a lot of things. Most importantly, how not to judge others because just because it's not your lifestyle doesn't mean it's wrong. And to
you can't stop from judging. Everybody judges. It's like, are you going to verbalize the judgment?
You got to limit it a little bit to where you're like, okay, like, all right, it may not be for me, but people were so nice. They answered questions that we had.
They have to be. They're trying to fuck. They have to be nice.
Yeah. So it was, but no, nobody touched us. And, you know, I went on a water slide butt naked, which was amazing because it was like the best public douche you'll ever have in your life.
Wow.
Awesome. If you haven't done that, you have to go down a water slide butt naked. Like, I mean, you drain for like 20 minutes. It's just like
props for the vagina joke. Finally get that vagina joke.
Yeah, there you go. There's the vagina joke. Actually, then the vagina joke entered. I talked about that in the book.
Go down one of those very steep slides. Like, even if you have your bathing suit on, like, you do still get that feeling. Because, like, if you're going down fast enough, it's like it goes up there anyway.
What I realized was how much of a drag a swimsuit actually causes. Like, you don't think about it because you're always in a swimsuit on a water slide. Until you're not, you're like, you pick up serious speed.
But then you feel like every ridge of that slide, like if it's an older slide.
I mean, it was a professional like water park slide. So not only was it just like a slide, it was like windy. Like you were going around corners. Like it was almost a slide you would see at a water park. So it was
I think that'd be nerve-wracking for guys because it's like, all right, you just keep your legs closed if you're a chick. But if you're a guy, it's like you got a lot of equipment to worry about, like banging into the side of the slide. Like you don't want to, you know how guys like they sit on their balls sometimes. Like you don't want it to get it away from you.
That might be a little crazier for guys, but yeah, it was fun. But I would always carry my swimsuit bottoms in my hand when I would go down at this place because there's just. At the bottom of the pool where you go down, there's just perverted men the whole time. So you want to put your bottoms on before you, exited the pool. At least for me, other people didn't care, but for me, I was like, "Woo, no."
So there'd be guys like holding their breath, like Avatar 2, just like waiting underneath.
No, they weren't underneath, but they were standing there. But it was kind of funny to watch people, go down butt naked.
That's fun. Yeah, they're very respectful. Communication is like so important at these things because it's like you don't want to get me too'd or like everyone is ultra respectful. You have to everything is asking first. It's like they very much have to be subtle.
For sure.
What's funny, Brittany?
This whole conversation, like Olivia's face the entire time. Just
like, huh?
The chat was like, "Is Olivia okay?" And I just like I can't one. I have my emotions shows like so much through my face. So that story was amazing. But I when you said like the creepy old men at the bottom of the slide, I was just like, wow. you couldn't pay me like enough money in the world to do that, but go girl. Like that's
Madison, were you actually at Epstein Island? Be honest.
Yeah, no, thank God. Remember when we did that video 2 years ago during COVID?
Dude, Madison, people actually think that's a real video. I have to find this because it cracks me up so much.
Chrissy did a PSA for Epstein Island, and I was in it. Yeah, you have to find this.
Oh my God.
It was when we went on Matt's boat that day.
I have one friend with a boat, and well, I guess that's why I'm friends with him. No, I'm kidding. He's a great guy. I would be friends with him even if he did not have this boat. God, I made this so long ago, and it didn't really pop because they were suppressing the Epstein stuff so much.
You made it. If it helps you, you made it in the end of July.
I made this 2 years ago.
In 2020. It was end of July 2020.
I love this so much because we're hanging out with our friend Matt. We're driving around like, I guess it's about the Long Island Sound, and there would be these little islands. So I'd be like, oh my God, I was like, let's shoot an Epstein Maxwell massage recruitment video.
Is this it?
Yeah, this is it. I fucking love this so much.
Welcome to the Jeffrey Epstein School of Massage.
Oh no.
You are receiving this video because somebody thinks you would make a great addition to our program. In this video, you'll learn all about
is it skipping?
No, it's just like, I think it's just
the
like
wonderful benefits to being part of our collective. But don't take it from me. Let's hear from some of the girls.
I've been here for 4 years.
Jaden Cole.
I've been here for 2.5 years.
Randy James.
I've been here for 4 years now.
Oh, fuck Caitlin Murphy. I don't know her
I
anymore.
have been here since my daddy told me to save up for my sweet 16th birthday.
Karen Feehan.
I've always been passionate about massage, releasing pain with my own 2 hands. Finding specific pressure points and using reflexology has always been fascinating to me.
Oh, I guess that's what some people will call it, massage.
Your accent was so great.
Oh no, hold on. I have to pause this. Maybe it'll.
But I have carpal tunnel in my
Is it not loading? Oh, I'm trying to.
wrists, and both my wrists from doing all my massaging. And my
People think this is a real video.
It's not real. My immersion was broken when these ladies weren't 9 years old.
I met Chris.
Well, where am I gonna? Come on, I don't have any.
Tucker on a
I'm not gonna
private
put a
jet to
young
Africa for an AIDS
kid
fundraiser.
through this.
Oh, Prince Andrew ate cereal out of my asshole. He's funny. That guy's funny. He ate Cap'n Crunch right out of my butthole, right out of my ding-a-ling.
Without sunning it first?
The program allowed me to gain valuable part-time work experience while still being able to go to school.
Commuting from home to West Palm Beach was easy. The scheduling was smooth.
Wait, what? The other girls got to go home?
Financial benefit. I could finally help my mom with some of the bills.
And I made money for Christmas presents.
$200 is $200.
Traveled to New York, Rio, Istanbul, and I flew to South Africa once.
Paris, Milan.
Dubai was incredible.
I do believe a witch doctor in Haiti put a spell on my vagina.
Well, there you have it. You're never too
And that's
young to get a
Madison.
fresh start on a new career.
This is Madison, and this is our friend who in the back looks like such a creep, but he's actually
It's
the
Ron
nicest
Barber.
guy. He's the nicest guy, and we're like, could you just sort of massage your shoulders in the background? And we didn't have to tell him to shave his head. He just had the look.
Oh, it's
Perfect
great.
casting.
Thanks for watching. Hope to hear from you soon.
Yay!
So funny.
That was a fun afternoon. It was one of the quickest things I ever had the idea for and actually shot, and that's rare for me. Usually I sit on an idea for months or years.
Yeah, it was funny. It was definitely funny. I feel like
it's
we had
been
a lot of
recorded.
too.
We did, yeah. It was been recorded and copied and sent around the internet so much. People go, oh, because I see it. I have a lot of I follow a lot of kind of conspiracy accounts on Instagram, Eyes on the Right, etc.
Yeah.
And it popped up on there one day, look at this. And I was like, no, that's my video.
It was was a prank. It was a prank.
I was like, oh
They're
no,
so
but that just
crazy.
shows you how good it looked. From Jay, with me, Chrissy, my classmates did not notice and questioned me if I was held over. Lots of them said I had gray hair, even though I was through high school, got to graduate right before 9/11 instead of a year before. Oh, wow. Okay. See, another left back success story from Ghost Crusaders. It's not fake. If you want, do a content house at the Sally House in Atchison, Kansas. Oh, is that haunted? No haunted content house. They're crazy enough as it is.
Yeah, people be fucking with people, just like pretending things are happening for fun.
Oh yeah, they'd be like, "Ooh." Okay. Wow, we're really covering a lot of topics today. I was a gladiator. It's hilarious seeing all these big city liberals complaining about inequality. Meanwhile, all the big cities are literally segregated by race and class. True.
And self-segregated too. It's by choice.
Yeah.
They're volunteering to do it. It doesn't even necessarily have to do with the price thing. Like you used to have Little Italy, you have Chinatown, you have like the Hispanic neighborhoods, the Black neighborhoods.
Yeah,
the
like
Russian
when
neighborhood.
My dad's from Germany. Like when his family moved here, they wanted to be around other like Germans and Austrians. It's just like kind of what people do. Like if I was going to move to another country, I'd be like, oh yeah, like where the other Americans at, so I can like get my footing and tell inappropriate jokes.
Right. You want to fit in.
I do. Yeah. Neva down south. I just dabble in SimpCast, trying to learn more. Well, you're on the right path.
Maybe he needs an intro video.
Charissy, watch the musical Scrooge is the one. Okay, I'm down with musicals. Do you guys like musicals? I feel like it's a very divisive topic.
No,
not really. I think it's an amazing talent, and it's great, but it's not my first go to.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I like the Les Miserables one with Hugh Jackman, but I think that they're cheesy sometimes.
I think the majority of musical like fan bases are pretty cringe, so that like puts me off from watching.
Yeah,
Hamilton is a total autismo. So
yeah.
Also, I know the kind of people who participate who like perform in musicals, and it's like, ugh, I just can't with theater people anymore. Like I did my time. I learned the culture. I don't know.
Hey, at least they didn't go for gendered studies.
They're a little off. Yeah, I did all that. I did musicals, women's studies. Ugh. The arts, I dabbled.
Since we're right before Christmas, I just want to say, so I went off on a rant about this on my stream about people saying happy holidays instead of Merry Christmas because it's an American tradition. It has nothing to really do for the average person. It doesn't have to do with Jesus necessarily. It's just like a holiday you celebrate for non-Christians in America. It's just like the default holiday. It's like how you're not worshiping Saturn if you say like happy Saturday or something. It just doesn't make sense. So like, you notice how people will go like and try to devalue Merry Christmas. And I'm sure it's even extra offensive to Christians that they do that. They say happy holidays. Now it's like happy snows giving. Like they're making up these cringe Reddit terms. They're so dumb. But do you notice how they'll never do that for Hanukkah? You don't catch Jewish people going happy holiday. You get them saying happy Hanukkah to each other. It's only with Christmas. So stop letting them take this from you guys. Stop saying happy holidays and giving in to them because nobody else is doing it.
No, I don't do it. I say Merry Christmas and then Happy Hanukkah. Like I don't do happy holidays.
Yeah, this is like, sorry, this is controversial because I didn't know it like set so many people off because I say happy holidays about 50% of the time, depending on like the time of the month that is. So like right now and forward, I'm like a Merry Christmas sayer, but I like in the beginning of December, I'm kind of a happy holiday sayer also because it encompasses New Year's. Like I think of Christmas and New Year's as like, I don't know, towards the end of the month, there's the holidays. So I don't know. I don't mean to offend Christians, and I grew up very Christian, and I still celebrate Christmas, but I just say happy holidays a lot. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm not Christian, but I still say Merry Christmas just because that's the culture in America.
Yeah.
Also, Here's my scale. Okay, there is an appropriate time to say happy holidays because I hear y'all. Okay, so for me, it was when I was walking outside the supermarket at 12 at night and a black guy said happy holidays. I was like, oh, happy holidays. You know, I didn't want to even take the chance I was going to offend by saying Merry Christmas at 12 at night when no one's out.
You think that black guy celebrates Hanukkah?
He might celebrate Kwanzaa.
Yeah, probably not.
True. Oh, right. I forgot all about Kwanzaa.
I'm Jewish and I say Merry Christmas.
You're Jewish?
Yeah.
Wait, they.
They yanked her.
That was hilarious.
I need to do that more. I really need to do that more.
Yeah. You're like, bye-bye.
I don't know what show I was watching where they like I was like, wow, the comedic effect of cutting someone out of the stream is like I was really underutilizing it. So
that was
perfect.
stay on your toes, everyone. But no, you hide it really well, Carmaxlla. Good job. There's no way to have that conversation.
She's an incognito, the blonde. She looks like an Aryan child. She's like, I'm Jewish.
Yeah.
What's your background, Carmaxlla?
Sephardic Jewish.
Ooh.
My mom is like part Sephardic Jewish. So she like tried to raise us into like Judaism beliefs. And my dad is Christian. He's like, I did Ancestry, but I don't think Ancestry is correct because they said that I wasn't Spanish at all. And then they also said I wasn't Irish, which I don't think makes very much sense because I have family in Spain and my grandma's from Spain. And I think that Ancestry is, I think it was just trying to get my DNA.
Maybe they just took your DNA and sent you like a default white chick breakdown.
I think that's what it did.
All the stuff people are just willing to give up, but you don't even.
I don't like that. See, that's why I don't want to give them. I'm not going to give them my pee. I don't want them to know what's going on.
Your pee? You don't have to send your pee.
Your spit.
What do you send them?
You know that there's a place though where you send your like a stool sample, and they like it's like colon something.
Yes,
and they,
it's
like,
called the butt doctor. They figure out what's wrong with your butthole.
No,
or,
but you like it's a thing where they analyze it. Like they send you a thing in the mail, and then you like take a fecal sample, and then you send it back. And I'm like, they just give you a box and then you like
It's
shit
called
in the
like
box
20 poo and you. 20 poos and you.
It was like Cologuard. Oh, it's Cologuard. It's called Cologuard. It's for like pre like colon cancer. But somebody was like, no, you don't shit in the box. You just give a small sample. And I was like, oh, I would totally just drop a load.
I'm not gonna poop in a test tube for anyone, for no man.
Yeah.
Please, ma'am, just a crumb of your shit. We need the schizo vibes. Please, just give us a little bit of your
If it was a
schizo
life
vibes.
or death situation,
ew.
Yeah, I was in a life or death situation, and they said I need to poop to make sure, like, I'm not gonna die or not. And I sat in the hospital for like 5 hours on the toilet, and I couldn't poop. And they would come in like every 30 minutes, like, "Have you pooped yet?" And I'm like, "No, I can't just poop on command."
You can't be pressured, especially as a female. Yeah. It's hard for us.
Yeah, and they're like, "This is serious. You have C. diff, and that's terminal. Like, you could die." And I was just like, "All right, well, tell that to
a laxative."
And you were like, "It makes no C. diff to me." Get out of my room.
Yeah, why didn't they give me something so I could poop? That's actually a good question.
Do you like actually have C. diff, or you just couldn't poop that one day?
No, I had C. diff. I had an infection in my stomach.
Oh no!
I was taking antibiotics, and then I drank rotten apple juice, and I got like throwing up for like weeks. It's terrible.
Where did you get rotten apple juice from?
I know, right?
My brothers don't throw away their apple juice when it expires, and I didn't realize that. And I was like drinking their apple juice, and
how much did you drink?
I drank the whole cup. And then after I drank the whole cup, my brother was like, "Oh, by the way, you shouldn't have drank that. That's expired. It made my stomach hurt the other day." But I was on antibiotics. So
your brother and my sister operate the exact same way. Like growing up, my sister would never throw out old milk or expired milk. She would just be like, "It smells bad," and then she would put a Post-it on it that says "bad milk."
Oh my god.
Just throw it away.
She couldn't have the. She like wasn't. I guess she didn't feel like she could have the autonomy. Like she could not be the person that threw out the milk because it was all like everything costs money. Like don't waste anything. My dad would make us cut out the moldy parts of the bread. That's why like mold doesn't scare me. I'm just like use every piece of the animal. Like you're just like I very much grew up and cut away the moldy bits, whereas like with Frank and his family, like if there's even a little bit mold, the whole thing gets thrown out, which to me is crazy wasteful. And I'm like,
mold.
oh,
No, the mold like can grow through and like move to other parts. So if it's moldy, like I've read that even though you can't see it, like the mold is actually growing.
Yeah,
but again,
true.
Sometimes things build our immune systems. Who knows?
I think it's made me the person I am today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my personal
If there are
code
any
as
other
well.
mold, if there's any other mold scrapers in the chat, just
Let us
let me
Mold
know.
scrapers.
So, Chrissy, I need to drop off, but I had so much fun with you, ladies. You guys are amazing.
No, is it because
It
we're
was
talking
so
about
nice to meet
Diff?
you, Madison.
It was nice
So,
meeting you.
everybody go buy my book. It's really great. It's a great read before you start the new year, so you can
Do your
start
plug.
on
I want to get it.
Do
on
your
a positive note. Yeah, so it's time to lighten the fuck up. It's a unfiltered, authentic self-help book. It's going to help you get out of your own way for your finances, the obstacles that are holding you back, and just step into your power because we all deserve to live an amazing, amazing life. So yeah, it's available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Time to lighten the fuck up. It's got my waspy little face on it, and yeah. And then I've got a podcast as well every week called Next to Madison. So you can tune into that. I talk with a lot of self-help experts and business experts as well. So check that out.
I've been on it. I did it.
Yeah, I think you've been on it twice.
Ooh. Yeah, it's a good pod.
Yeah. So yeah, but it was nice meeting all you ladies.
You too,
It
Madison.
was nice to meet you.
Yeah, likewise, you guys, and Merry Christmas.
Madison, do you
Merry
prefer
Christmas.
people buy on Amazon or somewhere else? Is there a website where you like get more money from it, or it doesn't matter? It's all
No,
the
it
same?
doesn't matter. They're about the same. So you can go to Amazon or Barnes & Noble. I think people like to default towards Amazon. So, but if you want to, give Barnes & Noble some love since they're hanging on by a thread, you can order
Oh, poor Barnes.
So, yeah, poor
Oh,
Barnes.
Noble.
Poor Barnes. But yeah, well, thank you so much, Christy, and I'll reach out to you this week so we can catch up.
Yes. Bye, Madison.
All right, bye, ladies. Bye.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.
She's really sweet.
She is so sweet. We've been friends forever, for years, like probably since I started doing stand-up. So like maybe 10 years. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. Chrissie Magmal, hotter than a volcano. What? Chrissie's Magmal, hotter than a volcano. Oh, like a volcano? Thank you. Superman Homecoming, rotten apple juice is just vinegar.
With a hard R.
Some people were saying that the apple juice may have been code word for pee, and it was just my brother's drinking the bottle.
No.
My
Did
brother's
it taste like it?
Yeah, it tasted disgusting.
How? No, you would know if you were drinking pee.
I was very thirsty. I was very thirsty when I was drinking that apple juice.
Carmaxlla, you would know if you would not have finished the whole glass if you're like, oh, I think this is pee. Glug, 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 glug.
Well, I knew it tasted bad, but it was just kind of.
And cold pee.
It was warm. It was warm. It was outside. It was outside in the on the floor.
What?
Yeah.
It's questionable.
Outdoors?
No. Sorry. It was just like
Outside the
on
fridge.
Yeah, it was
On
like
the-
on the floor outside the fridge.
So it was like open, like when you buy groceries and you don't quite put them in the fridge yet. So it was like
Yeah, and it was like
out.
halfway gone, so it looked like somebody had been drinking it, and nobody in my family was throwing up or anything. So I thought it
Were
was
other
okay.
groceries around it.
No, there was just apple juice on the floor.
What if that was pee?
I don't want to
be Bear
think like that.
Grylls.
It was me.
Uh-oh, the chat seems pretty convinced.
It's funny that that person's name was Yosef because that's my brother's name.
Oh, that was a confession for sure. That was
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, it's called
Or
R.
it was
Kelly
the
apple
ghost.
juice.
Yeah, the ghost was just pee.
Oh no, because you're like, oh, it was half drank. But
I don't like how you guys
maybe-
are saying it's pee.
Maybe the pee bottle was just half full. Like, let's be optimistic here. Oh no.
No, but this
How
took
come you
me.
couldn't smell pee, Carmaxlla?
I wouldn't. It did
How
smell
old
a little.
are you? How old are you?
This was
Recently.
This was a year ago.
Oh no!
This was.
Oh, I thought this was when you were a little girl. What?
This was recently, and this was so bad. The infection that I got, and the infection that I got in my stomach, the C. diff. I couldn't eat properly. Like it took me actually a year to recover. I developed an eating disorder because I was so afraid that every food was moldy and that I was gonna get C. diff again. And I was like developing a paranoia and not eating any food because I was so scared.
Oh my god.
So funny.
Hold on. Okay, the chat wants to know if the apple juice container had a top on it.
It did. It just had a little
All right.
cap.
Because I used to date a man who I thought I was doing a good deed as girlfriend one day. He had 4 roommates, so he got into the habit of peeing in Gatorade bottles and throwing them in his closet. And I was
And
like,
you
I'm gonna
dated them?
tidy up his room one day. I open up his closet. I see 18 Gatorade bottles full of piss. And I was like, oh no. And like instead of running out the door like a cartoon with a cloud of dust behind me, which is what I should have done, I had like Stockholm syndrome. So I was like, I'm gonna be a good girlfriend and dump out all the pee bottles. I should have just, first of all, I should have actually just thrown them away, like throwing the bottles into the trash. Why did I have to get Why did I have to like, oh, I gotta recycle these pee bottles? I emptied out 18 pee bottles. Let me tell you, the only thing that smells worse than a regular fresh pee is old pee.
This sounds like a 4chan green text. This
This
literally
is-
sounds like,
this is
lad,
what
she
is
found the piss
exactly what
bottle.
And he still broke up with me. So it was all for naught.
That's the
Chrissy-
worst part. You are the nice girl. You emptied
Yeah.
his pee bottles for him.
Yeah, I'm
and
good
he
in a
broke up
crisis
with you.
situation. I can handle fluids. I can get in there and get my hands dirty. But no, it
This
was very
proves
bad.
that the whole incel thing is bullshit because there are hot women that will empty your fucking pee bottles if you just act like somewhat normal to them, and you can still dump them. So, yeah, that's interesting though. That made me feel better about my own dating stories, Chrissy. So yeah.
Good. That's why we do this. 18. That means one after the other for 18 times.
That story
And
made
then-
me tear up.
And then
Chrissy.
was like, oh, this is back when I thought recycling was real. I was like, oh, I'm going to recycle these bottles like a good citizen of the world.
That's community service right there. You did some
Yeah,
community service for the incel community, so to
Yeah.
speak.
I should have got money off my taxes for that act.
State
But
mandated
instead
GF.
He was like low key, very embarrassed that I stumbled upon the mother load of pee bottles.
As
But
he should be.
it's
The
fine.
ultimate ick.
It's
Did you
fine.
get the ick?
I ended up
Yo,
talking
for
about
real.
it on several podcasts for years, so
How
I think
long
it
did
all
you
evened
date
out.
after that?
Well, I don't know. It probably was like a long time after because I would have remembered like the pee bottles and then it was over. So we were dated for like 2.5.
That's a long time.
So- Ugh. You know,
That's
so-
goals.
What if there was a wedding ring inside one of them? That'd be the funniest way to propose. Ugh.
Till pee do us part.
That brought
No,
tears to
this
my
is not
eyes.
Frank, by the way. Like, I don't know why I have to even say that. This was the boyfriend before Frank.
See, that was your payoff. It's like the shitty they call this concept like the shitty boyfriend or something. Like you get the worst one right before you find your husband.
Oh yeah, I was like, let me go as hard as I can on the worst possible person.
You got
Yep.
repaid.
Is
Good
it
karma.
Definitely not Frank. Frank
Ew, I feel
Frank
like that happened to me.
has never done that. I think if you find yourself peeing in multiple containers, you have too many roommates. Or also, if you must pee in a container, like, don't let them build up. Like, empty it at once so that maybe there's a chance no one will find out.
Yeah, like, it's okay to pee in a container, but to, like, keep it like
Store it.
trophies,
Right.
hoard your piss.
They think it's
It's
liquid
bad.
gold.
We used to take a lot of car trips as a family because we didn't really fly ever. I never flew till I was like in high school. But we would drive to Lake George a lot, and we had a Plymouth Voyager with wood paneling that I would peel off the side, and 3 kids, so we all fit kind of like perfectly in this van. And my dad, like, for some reason, it's so crazy. As you become an adult, you compare it with like what your parents did as an adult. Now that you're an adult, and you're like, and you figure out like what was fucked up and what was maybe just trying to save money, or what, I'm having a lot of times where I'm like, why couldn't they spend $15 on a skip it? What the fuck? But the point of this story is that my dad hated to pull over and take bathroom breaks. Like, we would drive to Florida. We drive to like Lake George, and we drove to Orlando a couple times. My dad hated to take bathroom breaks, so he had us peeing in a pot in the car, like an old pot. But I'm like, what's the point of that? Because if there's a jostling in the car, well, now there's just pee everywhere.
Yeah, didn't pee get like escape the pot, or
I would put the lid on it.
When you were peeing, like in the car while you're driving, does it like?
I was not
splash?
right. I'd have to just like balance in a moving car and
Yeah.
squat over a pot, and then put the lid on it, and then like maybe if he was feeling charitable, we could slow down and I could dump it out.
Chrissy, you just activated one of my memories. I totally forgot that this was a thing. You just reminded me. So my grandma, she was legally blind. She was pretty blind. She never left the house because of it. And she was like in her 80s when she was taking care of me, because my mom would leave me there sometimes. So I would be there with like my cousin.
I scared Olivia.
And no, I know Olivia's excited to hear more pee stories. And so she better come back soon.
Sorry.
And so, okay, so the TLDR is that my blind grandma, who used to watch me and my cousin, when we have like Thanksgiving and stuff, she's blind. So like, obviously she can't like find her way to the bathroom all the time. Like, she has to kind of like feel the walls, and she's really old. So she would like in the middle of Thanksgiving, she had to pee, and then she would just like whip out the pot and just like piss right there. And it's a 1-bedroom. So the kitchen's connected to the living room. And there's like 20 people in the apartment because Thanksgiving or Christmas time, she just whips it out. Psh, and they're like, wow. They're just like, yeah, that's normal. That's what Ma does.
Wow. I
would be traumatized if I saw my grandma peeing in a pot.
This now knocks loose another memory for me, Brittany. You have returned the favor. So one time at said ex-boyfriend's house, I really had to pee, but one of the 4,500 roommates was using the bathroom a little bit, but like doing like a luxurious, like long shower. You're like, okay, there's no fucking hope I'm going to get in there. I was like, I really have to go. What am I going to do? And there were no like stores close by that I could run to. So he pulled out, he had a pot. So I had to relive my childhood pot peeing times. I like literally peed in the middle of his room, in his apartment.
There. Like you dated somebody like your father that made you pee.
Oh my God.
Every
you just
time.
paid me thousands on therapy, Olivia.
Every time. You're welcome.
I did not enjoy that one bit. I felt like demoralized after that. I was like, oh, this is so horrible. I can't believe I have to do this.
The way you just connected the dots.
And now I'm Chinese.
Honestly, it's inspirational though, because like, guys, Chrissy was out here cleaning a guy's pee bottles, and you guys are gonna have what is bare minimum? Saying good morning? Like, you guys are impressed on saying good morning?
Yeah, like, oh, wait, you can't text the girl back.
Yeah, people are out here willing to clean your piss, and you're getting giddy over a text back.
I should have just gone outside. I would have been better to have just gone outside and go in between 2 parked cars. Like, that would have been at least dignified.
I pee outside a lot, but I just saw, like, do you ever get scared that a bug will crawl up into you?
No, but now I am.
Wait.
Because you're so exposed.
No, what bug would want to do that? Are you talking about like a tapeworm?
Just like a creepy crawly. A
How
spider.
low are you crouching? I feel like you have to exceptionally low, or the grass.
Yeah, you gotta
is very
low, but
tall.
not so low. You gotta get. They need to have a good running jump. to
Well,
get
what
up
if
there.
it's like a grasshopper?
And it
A
jumps.
grasshopper does not want to go in your ass, Carmaxlla. That would be an ass hopper. Those are rare.
I feel like some kind of jumping bug could jump into there.
In the water, there's an animal that will swim into your dick hole. You don't have to
Yeah,
worry.
it's really painful.
Yeah, I've heard. Sometimes
I
in
think
these,
that we
like-
should talk about more gross things as Olivia is sipping on a drink. I think it'll help her appetite.
That's what I would be so scared. I think having a penis carries a lot more fear because, like, it's outside equipment, and I'd be constantly worried that things are trying to swim up my dick hole. Like, at least with our stuff, you can just shut your legs and like nothing.
Or you can literally put your finger into there and dig it out.
With your fingernails.
No.
If worse comes to worse.
No, nobody's digging in their dick hole under any circumstances.
No, if you're a girl.
I'm like now remembering why I didn't like reply to Frank for like 4 months about coming to SimpCast.
We
Frank,
have
I'm sorry.
this might be the grossest episode. Oh no.
Chrissy's like, yes, this is the one episode to not bring news articles, and we have
Well,
Olivia.
this is because Carmaxlla's here and she doesn't like to get super political. So this is what we're left with.
P-tails.
Okay, it would have been better if we just got political.
You happy now?
Bring out the articles.
We scared off Madison. A couple people didn't even show up.
Oh my god.
How do you guys feel about Elon and what's happening with him?
I don't like that he's threatening to leave Twitter unless he's already decided that he will step down from Twitter.
Wait,
he's doing
he did-
everything.
I'm
by
so
vote.
lost. He threatened to leave Twitter.
Yeah.
He threatened to step down as CEO.
He did? I didn't know that.
He made a poll and he said he'll do whatever the poll says.
He needs to stop doing
I don't like that. Look
Elon
at
be
this.
like, should I take a shit, guys? We'll do based on results.
He's like he's basically a chick at this point. Should I step down as head of Twitter? I will abide by the results of this poll. There's only 7 more hours left in this poll, and the yeses are winning.
I'm pissed that he removed there's like a new Twitter law that you can't like put any usernames or handles or links to like any other like social media. Like you can't say your Instagram username. You can't have like a link tree in your bio, like linking to your Instagram. Like that shit is kind of, I don't know. I get it. I get it from a business perspective, but I'm mad at it still.
I think the
It's
quartering
annoying,
tweeted something out
but-
that he responded to addressing exactly this because he mentioned, let's see, was it something about Linktree? Courting is getting some Elon love. I saved Linktree. Yeah, it was this. Hey Elon, I get accounts whose sole purpose to promote other accounts being forbidden, but telling people they can't link out to their Instagram is way too far. The same goes for Linktree. I use mine to link to my website, my coffee business, etc., not to compete with Twitter. And he wrote, "Okay, that sounds reasonable."
Oh, all right.
Wow.
Thanks for quartering.
Thanks, Quartering. And then he
He
legit
actually replied.
And then Quartering like legit pitched himself to be CEO of Twitter, which I really respect.
Yeah, this is the new running for president, but for the internet. You get to be internet president.
Let's see.
Would you guys want to do it?
Run Twitter?
Do what?
Mm-hmm.
I think just like I don't really want to run anything other than my own business because it would take away from doing comedy and my own little projects. I don't know. I just got out of a corporate job, so I'm like hesitant to jump back in. But however, Twitter is very I mean, I would say no just for the sheer fact that there's way smarter, better equipped people to run Twitter than me. Like if it's coming down to me, it's desperate times. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
here
but
he
the
said,
people who get the highest positions are never the best at their jobs. It's always about
True.
who you know as opposed to what you know.
That's true.
And Frank was about to nominate you, Venti, to run Twitter, and then that's when he learned he can't even tag you. You're so banned. I don't know what the hell kind of shadow ban you're under.
Yeah,
What kind of
it's bad.
witchcraft shadow ban? Like in our group chats for SimpCast every week, I can't even add you off the bat. Like I have to add everyone else, start a conversation, and then add you in later because it won't even bring you up. It's so crazy.
And then people will gaslight me about it. That's the worst part. Like, at least if our outright ban, people can advocate for me. But because it's a shadow ban, people are like gaslighting. Because for some people, some functions will work and others it won't. Like the other day, it just deleted all my messages with other people. Like I can't even scroll up in my DMs right now.
What?
So a lot of weird things happen to my account. And it's because one of the mods, it was, I think, around the time I was banned or after my unban, they made it so I can't enable the little NSFW thing. So it's permanently like disabled, like it's grayed out. I can't touch it. So I'm literally shadow banned and it's literally in the settings. And I've tweeted Elon about it endlessly. And I feel like I just can't get his attention over it. Like no matter what I do, Quartering even shouted it out too and was like, hey, Elon, take a look at this. Like everyone was retweeting it and it's just not being removed. And it's so difficult. Like, I can't even get tagged. You can't even search.
Hey,
it just
Elon.
doesn't come up.
You're just tweeting?
Explain to me what's going on so I can write a smart tweet to Elon about this. Hey, Elon, can you take a look at... you don't even come up. You don't even exist.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah, you're right. It is different for different people because, like, Lila could look you up and you wouldn't show up, but I could look you up and you wouldn't show up. And then I tried it again, like to tag you in a picture, and then it won't let you tag you in a picture.
This needs to sound better than what I'm writing. Can you take a look at Brittany Venti's account and take off the crazy shadow ban?
Olivia, you seem smart. Help.
Help.
I haven't been able to get Elon's attention either. I'm thinking maybe he like solely responds to men who suck his dick on Twitter, but let's try to craft a really good tweet here.
Wait, is he actually the richest man in the world?
I think the second, no. I think there's somebody who surpassed him.
Well, now that he lost the $44 billion.
She hasn't done anything. Done anything other than keep it real. What do you think of this?
The nudes could be a little tempting, but I'm not sure if he'll publicly acknowledge it if you add the nudes.
A few nudes.
Lots of nudes. A little more enticing.
I could say nudes of me, not just any old nudes. He's probably got unlimited nudes.
Well, if Twitter has access to your photos, then yeah.
Yeah. Hey, whatever you want. Oh, wow. Okay.
Nice and discreet.
That's good.
Yeah.
I think that'll work.
Okay. Okay. We're sending it out. Please like and retweet.
Imagine that this is the one that actually gets me unshadow banned.
We need to send it now.
Take anything he wants from Chrissy's cloud.
Take the whole cloud. Well, because my laptop here, I took it to Best Buy. They, of course, couldn't help me because they... Did you know this? You probably did because you're all smart. But I have a MacBook because I got this before I realized that it's not really like the most ideal streaming laptop. But there are these like star-shaped screws that they don't give to Best Buy employees. So they can't even open up or fix anything Apple. Like you have to take it to an Apple store. They're like, yeah, we can't do anything. I was like, what should I do? Should I put it in rice? Tell me something. And they're like, well, it's probably going to die on you because like when obviously there's coffee all up in it and it's wet, it'll still work. But as it dries, everything will get sticky. And then so he's like, try to back up your shit before it gets sticky and dies. But it's still alive. Like I spilled on it, what, like maybe 1 o'clock I spilled on it. 1 p.m. It's 11 now. So I can't believe it's still alive. I still have 242 gigabytes to put on the cloud. It's moving at a snail's pace.
I thought the reason that putting your phone in rice worked was because that they're made in China. and that the phone really likes the rice.
It's like
so
it's
it,
going
like,
back to the motherland. Like it's back to its
Yeah.
like comfort zone.
You're bribing it. You're like, please work again.
Isn't
It's
that
like,
so
okay.
funny? Do you think they do that with like Chinese factory workers? Like when they start like not working as hard, just put them in rice. Like just like, come on, get it together. Like if they want to jump, it's like, come on, get off the ledge. We're gonna put you in some rice. I'll give you 10 minutes to collect yourself and get back on that sewing machine.
They probably do that at the Apple factory in China.
Mm-hmm.
This could
They
be a
just
good
all
skit.
work in rice. They're all just in rice.
Another good image to paint.
Yeah. A lot of fan art can come of this episode. There's a zombie film idea that would make a crack up horror film. Zombies at a new D camp. Grandma running around chasing the young men for brains. That sounds fun. Bizarre. Who out of the 5 of y'all, oops, we missed one, have the best bimbo bistro? Oh, like what we would have at our restaurant if we were to open.
I'm good at cooking. I feel like I would have a good bimbo bistro.
Word. I've seen you post your food before. It looked good.
Thank you. Thank you. I only started cooking really for real like in January or February because my mom would cook for me like my whole life. And I was like average Zoomer degenerate girl who didn't cook and just ordered like DoorDash. And so then I got a boyfriend. I was like, fuck, I should like learn how to cook. And then I did. And it's been fun.
That's awesome. What do you like to make versus what does your boyfriend like love to eat? Other than your box,
it's
of course.
mostly the same things because the stuff I'm good, like the best at cooking is like the stuff he eats. I'm good at cooking salmon pretty much any type of way, but lately I've been doing like either like a Greek or like Mediterranean style salmon with like rice and like Greek salad and like tzatziki or however you say it, or like I also do like Asian glazed salmon a lot. It's good.
Ooh.
Try salmon
Me
curry.
too.
Salmon curry is
I've
really
been
good.
wanting to try any type of curry. I just like I'm a little intimidated by it, but I've made butter chicken, which I know is like kind of similar, just like not with curry, but
It is scary. I agree. I've been putting off trying to learn Japanese style curry just because it spooks me. Because for me, I can't use just like, oh, the pre-made curry blocks because it has corn in it and like 100 other ingredients that could be corn. So I have to make everything from scratch. And it's been like soups are really hard. And then curries is like in the same type of vein. So it spooks me. But
A lot of
I did learn
ingredients.
how to do ramen.
You don't want to bring dishonor. Okay. Carmaxlla, what would be at your bimbo bistro?
Maybe
other than haunted dishes.
Probably like struggle meals that are actually really good. Like I feel like I've gotten very creative with food because I just always made my food for myself growing up. So I feel like I created meals just like that nobody's ever eaten before.
Like what? A cereal sandwich? Because that's been done.
Oh, let me think actually. I always made like everything that I do is like beans oriented. So probably like I always did like I'll just do beans and cheese and eat that. Maybe actually people have probably had that.
Beans and cheese?
Yeah, just beans and cheese.
You mean
and hot
chili?
sauce. No, it's like refried beans, like mashed up beans and cheese. And man, well now I'm blanking on all the food that I make.
Okay, I'll talk about. I would have some meals from my youth, which would include my mom's all-time favorite noodles and butter. We would just have like we ate this every week at least. The egg noodles that like sort of are twisted in the middle and like fan out with butter. Like I thought that was a real. I was like, wow, she can really cook. And then you grow up and you guys know that's what you cook when you can't make shit else.
That actually jogged my memory. Macaroni and cheese ramen. That like, but you just like you take the ramen noodles and you cook it in milk instead of water, and then you put cheese in it and just like seasonings and hot sauce.
Ooh.
That'd be in my restaurant.
She just steamed everything. Like there was no. The only time we'd have roasted anything would be like maybe at Thanksgiving she would roast some Brussels sprouts, but everything was boiled. So I grew up on just like boiled vegetables. Nothing tasted good. And I just was like, this is my culture.
I am not farting. Everyone is saying that I'm farting. It's my chair. My chair
It's
makes
the
a
goat.
farting sound.
Do you guys fart like this?
We just came full circle. We tried to
do that for a long time.
get away from this.
Make that last a really long time. But you take a deep breath.
Olivia's face one.
I love SimpCast. I'm so glad to be here.
Is that what your fart sound? Is that like when you fart what it sounds like?
Oh
I'm not
no.
going to recreate my fart for you guys. I'm sorry.
Okay. Sometimes you can do just a one-handed. And it sneaks out between your fingers. Sometimes you can do it like this is old school. Do it. You guys do it on your arm. Do you guys? I was upset as a kid. I could never do the armpit fart.
Yeah,
I think it was
I
boy.
was never able to do that. I
Your
can't
boys
snap either.
ripping
I
around
can't.
like wait, and I was like, I
know.
could never do that.
It became a self-esteem issue at some point when I couldn't do that.
I also could not flap my eyelids inside out. At
I
some
thought you were
point,
gonna do
have
it.
you have to stop
I thought-
trying.
I just like had a rush of heat through my body when I thought that you're gonna flip your eyelashes.
Nobody ever wants to see that.
I've never seen anyone do it, but because I always close my eyes. But if I would like I would pass out. I would get basal.
No,
I'd have a vagal response and pass out.
Oh my god, I didn't know that was a trigger for you. See, and this is what you do. It's called cultivating a personality when you're a kid who grows up without a phone. You just go, okay, what can I do with my own body? I can make armpit farts, I can do this, I can flip my eyelids inside out. You start I can do the tongue thing. You do a slap bracelet, you go to lunch, you come back.
Yeah, I like chewed my nails. That's all I did.
Oh, you were a nail biter?
Did you guys ever like eat your? Actually, never mind.
Careful now.
I don't want to make this.
You have to finish that sentence.
What could be at the end of that sentence?
Oh god, I don't know what's coming.
No, it's not like bad, but I don't want to make it weird again.
Is it
I think it's
something
too late for that.
Comes out of your body?
No. It's like eat the skin off your toes.
Well,
I said, does it come out of your body? You said no.
I thought you meant come out, like out of your butt.
No. Oh
I was like, no,
no.
I'm not eating shit.
So,
The
Olivia,
best
what's
part
your
is
party
Malloy.
trick?
Honestly, nothing that great compared to eating toe skin. I'm trying to think of something good.
Why? Carmaxlla, why? Why would you eat that?
Just eating the calluses.
No.
Did you like peel it off, or did you like bring your foot to your face and like gnaw it off?
You're asking the real question.
I'm scared to answer.
Yeah, would you
Well,
eat it from the
definitely
source?
got your foot to your face.
I bit it
You
off.
chew. You would, okay, actually, this is nuanced. You would actually chew your foot skin off your foot, not like I want to eat this.
I
You're
would
like
eat it.
you're like a feral. You're like an animal.
Yeah, between the drinking the apple juice off the floor, eating her foot skin.
No, this makes me sound so bad.
Like grooming, like you're grooming yourself. You're like, like animals will eat off, like they'll bite off their dead skin.
I think it came from watching like a lot of National Geographic as a kid, and like
Who
Animal
was
Planet.
doing that? Did
don't
you
know
watch
where.
a special on the homeless? Who was biting their foot skin off? I see crackheads doing that on the street, Carmaxlla. You're better than that. You know better.
I just came up with it, I guess. I don't have much excuses. Rocco, my mom just said the IQ test was off because I did an IQ test the other day and I got 105.
Was that good?
It just means average.
Okay.
No, but I was getting like they were playing like sounds over and over. Like they were redeeming so many sounds. What does that mean?
Don't let Nat Geo raise your kids, meaning National Geographic. So it was not so much about eating your foot skin, it was about just like you're getting it off of you.
Yeah, I wouldn't swallow it.
But did you think that was common? Because you asked, you're like, did anyone else do this?
Yeah, because maybe you thought it was like picking your nails, like biting your nails. Maybe you thought it was like that.
I thought it was common.
Oh wow.
Like a kid thing.
Maybe it is in someone else.
Maybe it is. Maybe there's some people.
Tell me you guys had something, please.
Tell me there's at least one other foot biter in this chat.
Press one in chat.
I'm begging.
He's a snake. Oh God, you're a Slytherin.
I would eat
it.
it.
I just watched Harry Potter
swallow it.
basically for my
I'm
first
just
time,
like,
so I actually know what that means.
Oh, Slytherin?
Yeah, I watched the first 2 movies because I was
What'd you
forced
think?
to.
What are you?
I thought it was actually decent. It was a little corny, but I could see why people like it. It's like wholesome and decent all around.
Yeah.
I get it.
What house are you?
I looked this up because I wanted to know what the fuck everyone meant by that all the time. Because like there was like 2 SimpCasts where we were talking about that. I was like, I don't know what that means. So
every time
I looked it up and then I took a test and it said Ravenclaw.
Really?
Okay, that makes sense for you. I feel like that's the autistic house. Oh no, I feel like you're right. Don't go. Don't go.
Well, you could talk about the
time-
link I just gave.
Okay, let me pull that up.
Yeah. Let's do that.
I just feel like every time I come on here, I'm like one like wrong thing, saying one wrong thing away from like ruining my career.
Oh no!
How do you see that?
You guys are like a bad influence on me.
You have said nothing but professional good takes.
It's hard though. It's hard.
You said a lot of smart things.
Oh, thank you.
So that's why I share my stories, is to make all my guests look better. Okay, this is from Present Witness. Don't give her another story again, Elon Musk. She is a bad act. Oh, somebody's against Barry Weiss. She's a bad actor and only working towards her own ends. She is no different than the rest of them. And this is after Barry Weiss tweeted, the old regime at Twitter governed by its own whims and biases, and it sure looks like the new regime has the same problem. I oppose it in both cases, and I think those journalists who were reporting on a story of public importance should be reinstated. Maybe she's confused, Barry, because the reason why Taylor Lorenz was suspended, only for like a day, by the way, was because she had been doxing people. Like, it was kind of a retroactive suspension, which I get that that's a topic of conversation. Like, is that right or not?
Elon replied to Barry, and I think he unfollowed her.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, he did.
Really?
Yeah.
What? And this is after isn't she responsible for at least a couple of these drops?
Yeah, the Twitter files.
So, damn. Uh-oh. I can understand her making that argument. I can understand the point. Oh, it just seems like it's the same thing, but coming from the other side of the aisle.
Does anyone mind filling me in on what's going on with the Twitter files?
Okay, so Elon took over Twitter in April, and maybe a couple weeks ago, and part of him taking over Twitter has been like, it first started with him the bots were a huge problem. No one knew how many bots there were, but you look at someone like, oh, the Obamas have like millions of followers, but no anytime you see a celebrity or an elite or a politician with a shit ton of followers, but no engagement, very few likes, like I'd be getting more like likes, retweets, conversation below than like a Jimmy Fallon or, people who you think would have a lot of. So it was known that Twitter had a huge bot problem, so Elon wanted to get a sense of how many bots are there, but also in general get a sense of like, okay, how corrupt is this? people have known about shadow banning for a while. Like even Venti, talking about like we can't even tag her on stuff, and it's been like that for years for her. So we always knew that there was shadow banning. We as a sense like knew like, okay, it seems to be affecting more conservatives than leftists or progressives. It seems like it's just unfairly hitting like one side of the political aisle than the other. And it's not even really fair to say that, because it's like you can include libertarians in that, just basically non-leftists.
Yeah,
we're getting a lot of this. So Elon was trying to like undo that, and then the process, I guess, of taking over Twitter, he wanted to make public the inner workings. Like it was fun in the beginning. There's a picture of him like in a closet, and it was full of old shirts from Twitter that were saying, "Oh my God, it's Patriot Jay!
What up?
Hello.
How are you?"
I'm good. Just living in the gulag, man.
We're trying to get
Free
you
Patriot
unbanned.
J. Free Patriot J. Everyone tag Elon Musk. Free Patriot J.
We gotta do another tweet for him. I was just explaining to Carmaxlla the Elon Twitter takeover and like what is leading up to these Twitter files. So he was in this closet where all these shirts that said like, "Oh, like Twitter is equity," I don't know, some kind of dumb woke saying on a bunch of shirts, and he fired like 80% of the staff. And it became obvious to everyone like a lot of the staff was just fluff and not really working very hard. Oh, bye, Jay.
Just walked away.
And more about like looks and like equitability, ESG, right? Or diversity, inclusion, like all this like kind of wokey bullshit, rather than like who can code, who's doing their jobs, right? So, I guess in finding out what's really been going on with Twitter, they unearthed like a lot of truth about what led to banning Trump right after January 6th, why certain conservative people were banned, and why, and then the type of labels they would put on people who were banned, like this person is banned, like who was it? Fuck. I can't remember his name, but he's on Rumble a lot. Dan Bongino, he's banned from a trend list. He's banned from searching. Like you could see specifically what and how people were shadow banned and how they would implement it.
What?
Over the last couple of weeks, Elon has assigned like drops of, which is basically like information in like basically 30 plus tweets of like, okay, this subject, like the first subject was Hunter Biden's laptop. And that was, everyone was like frothing at the mouth to understand the truth behind that, because the New York Post, dropped that story like 2 years ago, like before the election.
Right.
And it was very much censored on all social media. And it became obvious, like even Zuckerberg was talking about this about Facebook, that they were having regular meetings with the FBI leading up to the election. And we found was the same was true with Twitter. And then it became very obvious when Elon got in charge and, looked into the guts of everything. Like Twitter was also meeting with FBI and basically like carrying out their demands, like delete this tweet, and they would call it action, like delete this tweet, because anything that made the Bidens look bad.
The FBI.
Yeah. It also came out recently, like straight up, basically proof that the FBI was involved in the Kennedy assassination. Another thing that people have suspected for years, but never really.
Oh yeah, they just released the files for that, or at least some of them.
They did.
So it's been a lot. Like one of the drops was Hunter Biden's laptop. One of the drops was shadow banning people like around COVID stuff, because a lot of scientists and doctors were suspended, like Dr. Malone, Peter McCullough, others too, like probably Judy Mikovits or Sherry Tenpenny, doctors and scientists who were anti the acceptable narrative on like COVID and the shots and all that. So that was an issue.
Trump's ban was one.
Trump's ban, things leading up to the election, like specific conservative influencers with a lot of following, like how they were banned, suspended.
My dad was actually one of them. My dad had like had a large following. It was like 27,000 on Twitter, and he was like posting conservative stuff, and it all got banned. Just
wow.
like,
Does he tell you what specifically he was banned for? Like
I can't remember. I mean, I don't think he ever told me. He just like woke up one day and was really sad, and it was after Trump got banned. His account got banned too. And he was like, my account got banned because Twitter was like his whole life.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Same as me. Me and your dad have a lot in common. I bet your dad is like fucking younger than me.
How old are you? Well, actually, no. I'll just tell you how old my dad is. 40. He's 49.
Oh, okay. He's a lot older than me.
Yeah.
But we could probably be friends. I'm
And
not
then
saying
I'll
that in a
get
creepy way.
get my FBI hat. I'll be right back.
Ooh. Did I explain that to her correctly? I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of weight on my shoulders. It's my job to educate Carmaxlla.
This was actually very interesting. I always heard a lot about what was good. I need to figure out.
There you go. Looks like a Halloween costume.
Fit.
The
Because
FBI
your
have to
ponytail
actually
is
figure
too
that
high.
out too, because they're always
Yeah.
online.
What did I leave out?
No, that was a pretty good rundown, actually. Better than
Yeah,
I would have done.
I feel very informed right now.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I
Okay,
love
good.
conspiracy theories. I know this isn't like a conspiracy theory, but I like hearing things like this.
Oh yeah, and the term conspiracy theory only came about after JFK was assassinated because people started to be like, "Huh, why is it that the guy who shot JFK mysteriously was shot by a lone gunman, and then the guy who shot that guy was killed by a lone gunman?" It was like a lot of when people start noticing coincidences and put things together, the government would say, "Oh, you're a conspiracy theorist," because they don't want you to think for yourself. They just want you to believe them. They don't want you to question authority.
It came after Vietnam too, because that's when because before Vietnam, everyone like trusted the government. Like the government, like if they told you, that's why there was like a baby boom, and that's why like all that stuff was happening where like the culture of conformity happened, all of that. And like living
I think
that
the baby boom
suburban-
was real though. I think that part was real.
No,
there was
this-
a lot of babies
this-
born.
no, this
in,
isn't
the
like
40s through the 60s.
No, because
But who knows? They
when
say
the-
there's a lot of them. I don't know how many. I
No,
don't know
it was
Have you ever
very
seen one outside of Facebook?
Yeah, actually. Or outside of Goodwill.
Baby boomers aren't real.
That's a good conspiracy theory. But yeah, like when they found out that Vietnam, like the government was lying that we were winning, because the government was just telling everyone that we were doing well, but we were actually losing. And then when they found out, that's when they're like, no, this is just a conspiracy theory. And that's a pivotal point when everyone started not trusting the government.
Yeah. And why this is really a big deal for Twitter, because over the last few years, like conservatives, libertarians, Republicans have gotten just very used to the censorship being overwhelmingly more so on our side than on the left. You really don't see that. The leftist journalists, reporters have been able to get away with murder the last few years, like straight up saying lies, doing whatever they want, which is why when someone like Taylor Lorenz doxing people, when someone like Taylor Lorenz finally gets suspended, you know, even though it's retroactive, you're like, wow, they're starting to see some accountability. Like it's still very uneven, but it's starting to go a little bit more. And then the left is like freaking out, like, how dare they? Because they're used to getting away with everything the last few years. Which is why when you see videos of Taylor Lorenz being like, oh my God, Elon is like so cringe. Imagine being a billionaire online. Like you could just have a private chef instead. Actually, hearing this woman speak has been eye-opening. I'm like, oh, no wonder you're an online person, because you have a horrible on-camera presence. Like she sounds.
And for those of you who don't know, who listen, yeah, exactly. For those of you who are listening, Chrissie's impression and thinking, oh, she's impersonating someone like 24. No, this woman is much older, but it's like an 18-year-old stuck in a 40-year-old's body, as someone said on Twitter.
50-year-old's body.
50-year-old. I think you. Oh yeah, you said a joke. You were like, she looks really good for 50. On
Yeah.
Twitter.
So when Taylor Lorenz is already back on Twitter, but when she was very briefly banned, she took to, I guess, TikTok and Instagram to complain. Here she is. I already am like, okay, she's got a lot of money. She can afford to get her hair blown out on the regs. This is like, she looks like she's at a rich person Christmas party. So I'm already like, okay, what could you possibly have to say?
Hey guys, the rumors are true. I have been permanently suspended by Twitter. I was given zero
Why is there fucking Titanic music playing in the background?
reason. Only had 3 tweets on my account. 2 of them were promoting my other social media channels, which you guys should follow. Taylor Lorenz at
Like, listen to her
Instagram.com,
dumb voice.
taylorlorenz.substack.com. Have a new YouTube channel. But yeah, I was suddenly logged out. I just had those 2 tweets and a tweet where I asked Elon for comment today, revealing zero information.
She's such a bullshitter. She said, "Oh, I had this auto deleter that deletes my tweets every 2 weeks, which is wrong." Like she just scurried and tried to delete them all.
What did
She's
she
very.
do?
She was lying by omission there. She apparently lied about people
Bullshit.
a lot and deleted those tweets. I know about the doxing thing with Libs at TikTok. She was going to Libs at TikTok's house / their relative's house, and they have a photo of her being there asking them questions after Libs at TikTok got doxed, which is an anonymous account. So obviously a high contention account too, because a lot of LGBT don't like Libs at TikTok because they post like LGBT cringe from TikTok. Usually, that just happens to be the Libs.
She does
Someone
have a
said get her
dog.
on. Someone said get her on the SimpCast.
I maybe could
do it.
We could talk to her and see.
Oh my god, Ariadna would she would have a feeling about that.
Is she a Jap? Not as in
A
Japanese
Jewish
person. Not saying
princess?
this slur.
She's
yeah,
Japanese?
Jewish American princess. Yeah.
I grew up hearing that term all the time. It wasn't even derogatory. Be like, oh, she's so jappy. Her sweet 16 was at this place. I'm getting jappy vibes from her. She seems like her family is like they're millionaires. She comes from a lot of money, and she acts like it. And I don't know why the Titanic music was playing. Let's see what else is she gonna say.
Super crazy. Elon seems to be banning anyone he
She's a
disagrees
fucking
with. And
sociopath. Like she has no emotion, no feeling. She just has one. Her emotional range is like. Ring.
Certainly didn't violate any terms that I was aware of. So that's the story right now. But follow me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, pretty much every other social media. I'm just at Taylor Lorenz. And I'm here with my fellow banned user, Ryan Mack. You know, once you get banned, you have these kind of meetups. And so we're at our
Oh my god, I'm so cool for being banned. Yeah, right. Try being like constantly censored for years. I hate her.
She reminds me of a kid that gets everything they want, and then the one time you say no, they throw a hissy fit.
Yep.
Like she got to skip it.
What's this about? She did get.
By
By the way, I did get a skip it. Nvidia, my precious, amazing YouTube mod, bought me a skip it. Well, skip it was actually discontinued in 2008, so she bought me like a generic brand skip it, which I immediately was amazing at. Like I knew I would. I picked it up just like I had put it down, and then Frank did it, and he kept hitting himself in the ankle.
Live on the burner. Yeah, well, Elon, what's up? You're crazy.
Oh, she wants his dick is what that is about.
Yeah, I think she would.
She's horny for the Musk, Daddy Musk.
She wants to be baby mama number 11.
She
single social tie. You feel like any little piece of information that gets out on you will be used by the worst people on the internet to destroy your life. And it's so isolating.
Is this our girlfriend?
And terrifying. It's horrifying. I've had to remove every...
that's fun.
She's like an actress or something.
She really is. And then Elon did a vote like, when should suspended people come back? Immediately or, after a week? And then the poll showed immediately. So all these people got to come back.
Except for like Olivia's boyfriend and Lila's husband for some reason.
Right?
The Twitter HQ, like the Twitter banner for the Twitter, what's it? Twitter page? Twitter's like verified Twitter account. They use like this cat meme, and the person who made the cat meme is banned for copyright.
What?
I got a ban for copyright before. That's how my account got banned for 4 months because they did false copyright claims. Yeah, that's why I don't post videos anymore.
Yeah, he
Twitter.
posted a TikTok video.
That's so gay.
Yeah, that's what I was doing too.
This is from Content House. I wonder, and Ariadna has been doxxed by Taylor Lorenz. Like they have a history. Like she really fucked her over. I wonder if this is from when she was crying at Content House.
I'm sorry to get like emotional, but
Yep,
lost, like,
it's it.
everything when my company went under. Like it was
This was at like 4 in the morning.
guys and dating, having a family. But when I lost my company, it was like
And I was like, Content House is supposed to be
Like
fun.
losing a child,
You should put everything in that, and then you lose it. You know,
Harry,
no, honey, you're fine.
Harry Smith is an ultra empath.
Fine.
So this is the best person
I
to be
hate when I
crying
get upset
with.
about because I know during the pandemic, so many people lost their businesses. I think the way why it gets to me is because it was like taken in a way that I couldn't control. Like, not that I couldn't control. It was like taken by somebody that had like a malicious. I've made 1,000,000 mistakes, but I've never tried to like take somebody.
You're not a
down.
sadist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Aw, I feel bad that she cried.
Aw.
Oh, look, it's her again.
Okay, the only thing I'm gonna tweet.
Why is this so
Yeah,
up close? She's definitely been drinking.
Yeah, and so I just was like, okay, the only thing I'm gonna tweet is asking Elon for comment, which I did, and that's when he banned me because I asked him for comment. As a
Yeah,
journalist.
right.
Is
She's so
that
disingenuous.
My bar is extremely high for this.
What did she
stuff.
get banned for again?
It's
What was the reason?
horrifying.
Retroactive, like doxing. Of she doxed libs of TikTok. Like nobody knew libs of TikTok's like identity before her, but she doxed like I think the name and the address of that account, and
Oh my
definitely
God.
Ariana and others.
My bar is extremely high. It's horrifying.
Oh my god, this is just a bunch of Elon fans.
It's horrifying. It's horrifying.
I'm running off like Elon did. Yeah, I'm running off because I'm hanging out with my friends, you guys. It's Saturday night, and I just found out my Twitter account is banned, which is hilarious.
I'm so sorry.
She's so full of shit.
It's really hard.
I hate her.
She looks like a brat, honestly, the way
Yeah.
she acts.
Yeah. Boo. Boo, Taylor Lorenz. But we
I
would
was
love to
wondering-
have her on SimpCast.
I was wondering who she was. I've been seeing tweets about her all day.
Mm-hmm.
So this clears things up.
She's like I think she wrote for the New York Times. I think still does. She's just very cringy. She's very immature for being 50. She talks like
She's
40.
50?
I think so.
Olivia, do you have something to say?
No, I'm just feeling very content with my life right now because my boyfriend just brought me a pre-roll without me having to ask. So that was really sweet.
Oh, is it a Cushy Dreams pre-roll?
Huh? No.
With promo code CMP, you can get 20% off your pre-roll. Is it rolled like that? Expertly?
No, that one actually looks better. Maybe I'll get that.
Ugh, smells like college. I didn't mean to diss your love joint.
It's okay.
The joke is
together. Hey, yeah.
It is?
Yeah, like okay, so we were like super long distance last year, so we were together on Thanksgiving, but I was like 3,000 miles away on Christmas, so now is our first Christmas in the same place.
And you moved to DC for him, right?
I moved to LA. I'm from the DC area.
LA, even worse.
Yeah.
Wow, that's love. That's how you know someone's your ride or die.
If you told me a year ago that I would be in LA, I would literally tell you to shut the fuck up. Like, I told him when we first got together, I was like, I'm not moving to California. I'm not moving to LA. That man laughed in my fucking face. And so we just like kept dating, and I was just like, you know, brainwashed.
Are there any good aspects to LA right now?
Yeah, I would say I had a really negative mindset about it, just, you know, because all you see is like Twitter, the news, crime.
Same is true of New York. Yeah.
Yeah, so you only see the bad stuff on the news, and I'm not gonna act like a lot of that stuff isn't true. Like, obviously that shit is true. But where we live, so we don't live downtown. We live in, like, I would describe it more of like a suburban area in the valley. So it's not so bad where we're at. Like, I don't really see crime or homeless people. Maybe I'm very privileged. I mean, I am. I'm lucky to be here, but I would say it's not that bad, and I would say it's a lot funner than where I live. I don't know. I'm 21, so it's like
I forget how young you are. You're so with it for 21. I'm so proud of you.
Aw, thank you, Chrissy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
All
just
of you
like
guys have your shit
it was
together.
boring where I live, so it's like there's more stuff to do, but
I mean, you remember, like, this is not going to be the last place you live. The years go by quick. Like, it's, and again, if you're doing it for love and it's like you can make great memories there together, you know, it's more fun to step over a homeless person if you're like with someone you love. You're like, hi.
I definitely would not like settle here or want to raise kids here or retire here at all. Like my dream is like a homestead in like Wisconsin or some shit. But...
Me too. A homestead like in the West.
We could do a cheese crew.
What if we all just like moved in like to a homestead and it was just
Content
like
homestead?
Sister wives?
Yeah, like a coven.
We could all sun our buttholes together.
And no one would see because we'll be on a homestead.
Right. No one would have to burn their beeholes.
Yeah. No neighbors would come peeking at us.
Brittany is searchable. Am I late? I just checked.
Yeah, for some people maybe, but for others, no. Like some people can't see anything at all.
She is not smart to carry Elon's baby. Who are you talking about? Kayla?
Oh, the girl.
She would take his seed in a hot minute. Leo Fisher. Oy vey, Carmaxlla needs all the Texas Rangers, Israel's Mossad, and all Vatican's exorcists to ensure she lives to 2023 New Year. Oh,
Is this about the haunted thing?
It might be. I'm just trying to outstory Carmaxlla with my stories of.
You have very cool. You have some crazy stories, Chrissy. Have you ever thought about doing like only story time videos?
Ooh, no, I did a one-woman show a million years ago, but that was all like scripted out. Like I just wrote that. It was like, God, only stories. I don't know. I think I like when they come up organically, and sometimes I'll retell stories.
Mm-hmm. You have some good ones.
I don't know. And then there's some that probably I shouldn't have told, like the ones I sold tonight. Today's 50th anniversary of Vietnam. Op linebacker too. Push-ups.
People were complaining that I didn't explain the Vietnam War very well. I don't know what they wanted me
You're not
to
a
do.
historian.
Like, get into the entire history of what happened in the Vietnam War.
What happened in the Vietnam War? I think my dad was involved. I think they sent him to Germany
Really?
for that. Yeah. Because he could speak German.
Well, the American, I think they're upset that I didn't explain it like very well, because all I said was that the Americans were losing, and then they're like, that's very whimsical. That's not really like what happened. But they did lose in the end. That's why I said that. At the end.
We can just do your Michael Jackson. Explain the Vietnam War with your Michael Jackson accent. That's ignorant. Like one of my favorite things that you've done.
Oh my God, I can't.
Michael Jackson like
tell us
out in the
about my life.
backyard.
I can't even get into the accent.
All right.
It's more like something that possesses me, not something that I could become.
You're
on
like
my
a
free
medium,
will.
basically.
Yeah, it's not really my free will.
Okay. It just has
Yeah.
to, it happens to you.
Yeah. The Michael Jackson video that you saw on YouTube, it wasn't scripted. It just happened. Like I put on the wig and it was like 1 a.m. and I was like, I feel something coming. I feel something coming.
Maybe
and we
the
ran
wig
out.
is haunted.
Yeah, and we ran out to the backyard and just started filming everything that came out of my mouth.
That was like one take?
Yeah.
Damn. You're a true artist. TSUA. Yes. Yes, thank you. Okay, Max, would Chrissy or any SimpCast guests see the new movie Avatar out now? Have you all seen what your avatar would look like? A VR, Chrissy, Brittany, Olivia, and Carmaxlla. I have seen Avatar 2. I liked it. It was way too long. They could have easily cut some parts out. I definitely cried a bunch. I enjoyed the mermaid people. I enjoyed the interracial dating between forest people and mermaid people.
Okay, no spoilers.
Okay, whoops.
I do want to see it though. I was like really young when the first one came out. Like I'm pretty sure I was in elementary school.
Me too.
But yeah, I'm excited. Yeah,
Definitely see it. See it. Definitely see it. Get some coffee before, or bring coffee to the thing, because you don't want to nod off and miss something.
I didn't realize you were so young, Olivia.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
Oh, see, I thought you're super young. I thought we were about the same age.
Yeah, that's so fun. You do so much. That's so cool.
Thank you.
Do you ever feel like that you've done a lot for your age?
I have imposter syndrome really bad. I've talked about this a little before, but I kind of don't think about it a lot, and I just think about all the stuff I haven't done.
It's hard to know because you're only like living inside like this skin suit. It's like you have nothing to compare to.
And I compare myself to like, I don't know what to say I do. I hate the word influencer. I literally hate that. But like I compare myself to like other, like I would say like political people who are like Gen Z millennial. And I'm like, okay, well, if I compare myself to those group of people, I feel like I have imposter syndrome. So
yeah,
it's bad.
Were your parents ever like very like you were never enough for them?
As the oldest daughter, yes.
Oh, you're oldest daughter?
Yes.
Oh, you do have oldest daughter vibes, Olivia, big time.
Yeah,
I do.
You do.
Yeah. You have oldest child vibes too, because you're very responsible.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was honestly like I feel like forced onto me a little bit. Not to like cry about first world problems, but like I feel like I had so much pressure by my parents when I was wrestling and stuff because I was really good. You know, I was on Team USA for a little bit. I won nationals a bunch. Like that was great, but I felt like the more I won, the more crazy my fucking dad got with like taking me to college visits when I was super young. Like I committed to college when I was 16, which was like the youngest. Like
what? So before your senior year?
Because like at that point I was already like a 2-time national champion. Like it was like
did you sleep over visits at college? I did some of those. I did like recruitment trips and you sleep over.
So yeah, I did some. So I was on the Maryland national team in high school, and so they did like camps at like the Naval Academy and University of Maryland that were like kind of recruitment trips, but also like you would get to train with their wrestling team and stuff. So it was cool. But I just did so many of those where I was like a 15-year-old girl, like wrestling with like grown like college men, like all the time that it was like actually crazy for a little bit.
Wow. That's a lot of pressure.
Dicks did you accidentally grab in your wrestling career?
Did I accidentally grab a dick?
Yeah. Does it get in the way when you're fighting? You're like, ah!
No, honestly, people ask that all the time, and it's never happened to me like really either way. Like people ask like, has a guy like ever like groped you or whatever? And I'm just like, I don't know. In my experience wrestling guys, they're like so embarrassed of the prospect of losing to a girl that they actually go super hard. I know that some guys may take it easy on some girls. That wasn't my experience though. Maybe it's because they actually thought I was like, honestly, I think they probably did like my freshman year, like my first year of wrestling. But after I started winning, they like stopped taking it easy on me. So that kind of
that's pretty cool though.
I did get concussed multiple times. When we said no concussion, I definitely got concussed.
Uh-oh. Can smoking weed age restrict you? We're probably already age restricted. Because I talked about pee and poop for a while.
And you're farting with your arm.
And they were talking about swingers and pussy. And
yeah, it's Madison's fault. Yeah. God damn it, Madison. What do you think about Crowder leaving the Blaze? His contract was already gonna be up. But I don't really know much more than that. Apparently he had problems there for a while, for years. Was like, it doesn't even matter. Homeboy had enough of his own subscribers and fans. It's like he did not need the Blaze at this point. Like they needed him more than he needed them.
But I wonder if they have his subscribers list though, if it's going to be a huge impact on his business. Because if it is, it must have been something somewhat significant for him to leave is my thinking when I heard that. And other people's thinking too.
If you're like a fan of his, wouldn't you like eventually just move to wherever he's gonna go? Does it even matter if like you're on the email blast or not?
Yeah, I mean he's a big name at this point. I'm sure he'll be fine. But
they did have his sub list, which is why he needed to make a new website to sign up. Aha.
Yeah, so to just up and leave. Makes
It's
me wonder
probably a
why.
lot considering like all the lists for like the merchandise and everything like that too.
Yeah. It's definitely, I think, putting more weight on Alex Stein's shoulders now because he has to be like, I think he's feeling the pressure.
Who is still
But
even with the Blaze? I don't even like know who's there anymore.
it's Sarah Gonzalez. It's Chad Prather. I used to know Lisa. Well, Lisa is on Chad's show. Obviously, Glenn Beck. Stu. I forget his last name. There's a girl who just does morning shows. I don't know. I can't. But yeah, they've lost a bunch recently. Deranged Lunatic. I had CDF 3 times and almost died with it. Oh God. Glad you're alive.
I feel so bad for you.
Oh no. Superman. Carmaxlla, you didn't poop in the yard, did you? Okay, don't answer that. That's another one of my stories. Yeah, I had to poop in the yard as a youth because I didn't remember my house key and no one was going to come home for hours. So what else was I supposed to do?
And how'd you wipe?
Leaves. Like any other woodland creature.
Did you use lamb's ear?
No. I know what you're talking about, like the fuzzy ones. No, I would use, we had these like big bushes in the yard. They were like with big leaves, luckily.
I feel like last time I came on, was that the one you told the story about not having toilet paper and you had to shit and you like washed your ass in the sink with your hands?
Chrissy.
Yeah. Oh no! That was literally the worst story ever. Oh no! This is so bad. Olivia's never gonna come back.
It's just every time I come on, you share like this bathroom story that I'm like so unprepared for.
That was horrible.
That's a lot of them.
That was so bad. Ugh. No, you just have happened to only hear like the very worst of my stories.
I think you're
There's
doing
really only like 4 in my whole lifetime.
I never heard that one.
It was
You
a
don't
gas
have to
station.
retell it.
It was
You
a
don't
gas
have to
station
relive the
situation.
trauma.
It was dire. Venti agreed with me. It was a single
Yeah,
stall.
I did. Because that was my solution too. Like, I don't know. Why would I waste my underwear? Like, most underwear is not even made of cotton. It wouldn't even get that much.
What would you do, Carmaxlla? You're at a rest stop. You have to go number 2.
I can't believe we're doing this again.
It's a single stall rest stop. I just want to know what Carmaxlla would do. It's a single stall rest stop. Okay. You realize there is no toilet paper, but there is a sink in this room. What do you do?
I would do the same thing. I would just wash it in the sink.
Thank you. Because people have judged me. We're like, oh, you need to call for help. I'm like, I'm not trying to get the cashiers involved. This is my fuck up. Like, this is my mistake. Like, let's try to have people not know about that. I mean, other than, now the whole internet. But I was not trying to get like the cashiers that's got shit to worry about anyway. No pun intended. I'm like, I can make this whole situation go away. There's a sink right there. Like, it's not ideal, but and then people are like, oh, you have to yell, you have to make someone come to you. And I'm like, now you're involving other people. Who wants to do that?
They act like they know a lot about wiping their ass. Meanwhile, it was trending on TikTok that men didn't know how to wipe their ass, that they didn't wash their ass in the shower.
Okay, I also didn't have a phone. I did not have my phone with me, so I could not phone a friend.
That trend on TikTok scared the shit out of me. I saw this one girl who was a nurse and who did like, what's the rectal exam called? Like a colonoscopy or something, like where they put a camera up your butt. So she prepared men to go through the colonoscopy, and she would have them undress and like sit on like the sheet on the bed gurney thing. And she said that like 8 times out of 10 when they got up, there would be like a skid mark. And this was from like a medical practitioner like in a hospital. And I was like, I don't know if she should be sharing that on TikTok, but it did give me a new perspective, and it did scare me a lot.
Yeah.
TikTok is full of TMI stories.
I feel like healthcare professionals probably shouldn't be
No.
on there spilling the
They have
tea.
no
but I
business.
just
A
stumbled
bunch of women were fired, hospital workers. They were like, oh, these are my cringe moments of women who are pregnant. Like, and there's just regular women asking regular ass questions like, oh,
Yes.
can I shower? Can I poop?
I'm afraid to go to the doctor now because I feel like they're gonna judge me on TikTok.
Every mean girl I knew in high school is like a nursing school now. So
Nurses, much like teachers, need to be knocked down and pegged. They think they're fucking heroes. They think the world can't survive without them. Guess what? They can and will. And you're on your high horse. You think nobody can do what you do? Are you kidding me? Like, we've had
That's how we
midwives.
got here.
We'd have people giving birth in Ubers without your help. Thank you very much. Like,
Yeah, there are
stop
women
it.
giving birth in trees during hurricanes.
You think teachers, you're the only people who know colors and shapes? Get over yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah,
What
the
she
nurse
said.
slander will continue until conditions improve.
That's right.
Yeah.
Along with Starbucks baristas.
Venti nailed nurses at the top of COVID. Yeah, I didn't participate in pot banging. Like, I didn't get pots banged for doing my job. I visited my ex-boss in the hospital. He handed me a bed. Again, I'm dealing with too much piss. My ex-boss handed me his bedpan and wanted me to empty it for him. And I did, because I didn't want to lose my job.
Wait, what?
Who's your
I had a
ex-boss?
boss.
Like,
I had a
who's-
boss. The boss that I worked for before I got fired last December for not getting the vaccine at the
He
corporate
fired you
media
after
job.
you were cleaning out his bedpan. I would never.
It
wanna
wasn't
put
right
someone
after.
back into society
I
who
worked-
cleaned out my
Okay,
bedpan.
I worked there for 6 years, and this was like at the beginning of when I first worked there, and I'm in this like do whatever it takes to keep your job mode. And he had crazy, like, his foot got infected because he swam in a lake, and it like traveled up his leg. He was like maybe gonna lose his foot, so he's on all these drugs. And I went and I visited him in the hospital like most days of the week. I would pay for my own cabs to go visit him in the hospital. I would like give him his mail to open so he wouldn't like FOMO for the office. I'd be like, here's what's going on, but really like fucking nothing was going on. I just didn't want him to feel like useless. And then he was on a bunch of drugs one day and handed me his bedpan, and I was like, oh, I didn't realize I'm a nurse. I guess today I'm a fucking nurse. And of course I did it because
The things that you've
I'm a
done for
team
the men
player.
in your life. Cleaning
Still
out
got
their
fired, though.
bedpans.
Oh, he hated that I was on Megyn Kelly. He because it was my job to see all his emails. Because it's like
What?
I'm scheduling all his stuff. Like when you're an executive assistant, you read your boss's emails, and it was my job to like know everything that's going on in his life because you know about you're scheduling meetings, you're scheduling doctor's appointments, and so it's like homeboy knew I could read his emails, but still would shit talk me to HR. Be like, "Oh my god, she was on Megyn Kelly's podcast. Oh my god, she was at January 6th," and I'd be like, "Loser, I requested those days off. You okayed them. Like, I used vacation days to go to January 6th. Like, sorry, you can't get me on this shit."
Wait, did he fire you because of what he saw you doing, or it was just the vaccine?
He fired me because I wouldn't do the vaccine.
Okay.
But I
was trying to figure out
from
how
like 6 months before that, he wanted to fire me because he found out I was not of the same political persuasion as him.
I'm trying to think of how you can make a lawsuit here.
I don't know. Yeah, I did save a lot of emails. I gotta do like a whole video, like blow by blow expose thing, because this was a pretty like important person in media. But you learn, you live, you learn. The worst part is like I worked there 6 years. I did not get a raise because that's how corporations are.
Speaking of poop stories, look at this. Look at these fancy
Okay.
toilets and sinks.
Thank
I kinda
you.
want one.
Let's do this.
I really want to do thing right now.
I did a comedy show in White Plains a couple of years ago. It was like a rich person's house, and they had a toilet and a sink like this. Like basically fine china in the toilet.
So pretty.
Wow.
But I would feel bad shitting like on a bald eagle's head.
Aw.
I mean, I don't do that, of course, because I'm a lady, but
It's not very American of you.
yeah. The sink is cool.
I like the sink.
That is so beautiful.
That's very cool. The toilet I could do without, unless it was a picture of Taylor Lorenz. or my
What?
ex.
Oh, that's funny.
Why is the toilet shaped like that? Why is it not a funnel?
I feel like the hole is too far forward.
Yeah, it must be in Europe.
How are they taking that shit? Did they like push it into the hole?
This is
Or
not
are they,
right.
like, sitting on the edge of the toilet?
It has a shit bank. You
Yeah,
put
this
your
is
shit
not
on a
good.
shelf.
Yeah, that should be in a museum. It's like Indiana Jones. That belongs in a museum. It's a small hole too. All right, a couple more super chats. I would
First name
also.
it's German. Sorry.
Oh, it is. It seems German. I would also dump a chick who emptied my pee bottles. Oh, really, Superman? Why? That sounds pretty
Isn't that the
hypocritical.
dream? Isn't that the dream?
So you have a gross, disgusting habit, and then someone tries to help you with it, and you dump them? Okay.
Well, some people are very attached to their piss bottles. That's why they keep them in the first place.
I didn't know this was like a collection. I just thought, yeah.
Wow.
Chrissy puts the funny where her mouth is. I don't know what that means. Thank you, though. Austin Kaiser. These are the type of intellectual debates that occur in special ed classes across the country. Wow. Unbelievable. Who pees in a bottle when the window is right there? Well, he was like 4 floors up. Bizarb. I got 10-to-1 odds of all 4 of these women have a check engine light on their car. No, I do not.
I don't own a car.
Would not be me.
You're so there. Avader. I just typed Brit in a tweet and Brittany showed up as a suggested account to tag. Wow, okay.
I think it's like different for everybody.
How
Yeah.
weird.
Because you guys see, like, I'm not lying. Like, you just
Yeah.
saw on stream. Like, this happens.
Metastep. Gold member. Save me from myself. Lamau. NVIDIA. Don't worry, Carm. I did that too.
She's talking about the feet.
The feet. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's plenty of people who related with the experience in the chat.
Travis Jackson. Nope. Y'all need to tell her this is a blind spot. It's okay, but blind spot.
What were we talking about?
I don't know. It was from like 45 minutes ago. Oopsie. Casper. Keeper. Ladies, what's your opinion of Netflix's Wednesday? I have not seen it yet.
Me neither.
I haven't seen it, but I was like having nightmares about it the other night.
Why?
I don't know.
I've been having weird dreams. I have very weird dreams when I drink a lot. Matthew Chambers, I worked at a store once. A woman pooped her pants and left a brown trail down every aisle. She finally found the restroom, then proceeded to put her contents in the sink, not the toilet.
Why is he exposing me?
Why is he exposing you like this? Oh no. This sounds like a horrible situation. I think this is irresponsible because if you're feeling like, oh, I have to go, like you gotta get somewhere. And I feel like this woman did not try to get anywhere. John Kennedy. Fact, girls don't poop. Shout out to Chrissy. I got fired for not being back. Yeah. Pure bloods. That guy can suck my dick. I wonder if he's dead by now. He's 80. He's the same age as Biden.
Did
Let's
Frank
see if
just laugh at what you said?
Let's see if my old boss is dead. Nope, still alive. For now. Sorry, that went dark. Okay.
Is he alive?
Yes. Venti. Venti has to bounce. You're going on a trip?
Yeah, I am. I'm going
Tonight?
to California. I'm going to see Anna.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm totes gel.
We're going to do a photo shoot, so hopefully that goes well.
You're doing a shoot together? That's awesome.
Yeah, she's talking to the photographer. She wants to do a cosplay shoot.
You definitely should. You have to do Powderpuff Girls or something.
That's a good idea. But it's only 2
Yeah.
of us, so it wouldn't be 3 girls. But yeah. But yeah, you guys can find me on YouTube, Brittany Venti, and Saturday Supermodel, and Shadowband on Twitter, Brittany Venti, and on Instagram under Saturday Supermodel and Brittany Venti, and on TikTok too, same usernames. Thank you for having me on. I hope
doing
Olivia
it.
can still finish her dinner tonight. Hopefully the weed helps.
Oh, no, it was too
and
much poop talk.
On the bright side, weed's accessible in California for Olivia, so I'm sure it's one of the perks. So,
It is.
all right, have a good night, guys.
Merry
Have fun,
Christmas.
Venti. Travels.
Bye.
Wow. So much
And then there
going
were
on.
3.
This was more. I apologize for the content of today's
Yeah, I
show.
feel kind of bad because I feel like it's usually like me. Like every time I come on, it always comes. I don't usually talk about poop this much on my own channel.
Yeah,
it only happens here.
I really don't talk about it this much either.
Just when I'm here.
Okay, so Gays Against Groomers, their merch person bailed on them, so I'm just trying to like connect them with my person. Flagrant triggers. Okay. Olivia, how would you sum up today's episode?
A little bit foul, a little bit nasty, insightful. I feel like I'm gonna check out that book, Madison's book.
Yeah.
It seemed pretty cool. I'm in the market for a self-help book lately, honestly. I've been
She's
thinking about
a good friend of mine. I have not read this book. I have not read one page yet, but I intend to. I have it. It's over there. What's important is that I bought it.
Yeah, you're supporting.
I buy everyone's book. I have
If
all
I
of
wrote a
Michael
book,
Malloy. Absolutely, and I would actually read it. That's how highly I think of you. I have all the Michael Malice books. I'm waiting for it to go. Let's check, because Michael Malice has a new book out called The White Pill, and they didn't have soft cover available.
Have you ever thought about writing your own book?
Oh, the price did go down. I have thought about it. I could do one about like the 15 day jobs I've had in my life. I don't know. I would. I probably should.
I feel
just
like
don't
you have interesting stories, but you just don't know it yet.
Maybe.
And they're
yeah.
only triggered like if someone like triggers a memory for you.
Yeah, maybe the book could be about being scrappy. Yeah. Everyone should write a book.
Yeah.
Because I've like read stupid books, so. But it's also like the type. I don't know. I remember my the last boss I tried to work for. He really wanted me to help him write a book, and I was like, this doesn't seem like part of my job description. Like I was like, didn't Andrew Cuomo's fucking secretaries like complain that he was making them write his book in like their spare time and shit? He got so pissed. I was like, I don't want to write your dumb fucking book, because he would he was old, so there was a lot of like dictation involved in my job, which is something that like old school secretaries used to do. Like someone would talk and then you write something called shorthand, which is like just a shorter way of writing. But this guy's old, so he's still operating in that like in that mentality. So he's like, "Oh, can you do shorthand?" And like, no, I couldn't. But he would just start talking, and then I just would start like typing it into my phone. And like he wanted me to write his emails for him. Like I'd write an email for him, and then I'd have to put it in his drafts so that he could then bring it up on his computer, look at it, and then send it. And all of his emails had to be written that way. Like he would talk a response, I'd have to type it out, write the email. Every single email he wanted, he couldn't write his own fucking emails. So he like dictated a response, I would type it out. That's why I had to see all his emails, because I was basically writing all his responses, and I'd have to put it in his draft folder so that he could just look at it and push send. And after 6 years, I'm like, why did I even need a degree to do this? Like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? Emptying out pee and writing emails for someone? Like, why? Why did I need a BA for this?
I think I would like to be a ghostwriter.
Really?
I would definitely be a ghostwriter for somebody, yeah.
Why do you say that?
Because you're a good writer.
Well, one, I like writing. I'm in
Mhm.
journalism. Two, I like being in my job. Like my other half of my job is like in political strategy, and I've like managed a lot of people's social media profiles, and I've ghost wrote
Oh.
for, like a few like congressmen and stuff, and I just think it's fun.
Wow, that's so neat.
One time I caused a scandal. Like I caused somebody's name to trend, and I was like,
What happened?
I can't say exactly what it was. But it was funny.
Ooh. One time I worked at a hedge fund pre-economic collapse, and I supported these 3 analysts at this hedge fund, and I was sort of tidying up this one guy's desk because it's like part of my job because we're in the 1950s, and it was one of these big like mahogany desks. Olivia's gone. And I noticed like on the top there's like cupboards. One cupboard was ajar. I looked in and there was an open bottle of lube just sitting in the top of his cupboard, like open jar. The cupboard was ajar. Like I would have never gone in there had the thing not been ajar. And I was like, ah!
You have some horror stories with other people.
Done tidying up for you motherfuckers. It was gross. And
wait,
then
I'm sorry. Did you say this was your boss?
Yes. Yeah, one of the guys I worked for.
Wait, so he was using that in the office?
Yes, and I put 2 and 2 together because I like he would lock his office door for long periods of time. I'd be like, Phil, are you in there? And then nothing. So now I know he was beating his meat on office time. And here's the kicker. When I left that job, by left, they fired me because I was terrible at it because I don't understand finance. I worked at a private school on the Upper East Side. Same guy came in with his wife to interview their son to go to this private school. I was like, well, look who it is. Like, I fucking recognized him right away because I have all my bosses stored in like a lockbox in my mind. I was like, well, looky here. Look at the cat dragged in. And he was like, what? Because he didn't fucking remember me. My hair was totally different. And I was like,
Chrissy, I gotta go.
Oh, shit.
Sorry to interrupt you.
It's okay. I'm just talking about an inappropriate story. Olivia, thank you for joining. Sorry, this was bluer than usual. But this is normally a very classy show, and I hope you do come back. Tell the good people where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter at RondeauLivia, RondeauLivia. And I have my new podcast coming out. I know, another libertarian podcast. Everyone would be so excited. Ha, 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 ha. With Maggie Anders coming out January 19th. I believe it's called Indoctrination. It's produced by the Foundation of Economic Education, aka FEE. So if you go to fee.org/indoctrination, sign up for updates and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Olivia. I promise next time you come on, it will not be like
I will never return. I will never return, but I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
If you don't come back, I will feel responsible.
Please come back. If you don't, I'm gonna have a complex.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I just have to I need like a tea break, like a tolerance break from you a little bit. So maybe like once a month.
Okay. That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tolerance break.
There's a lot tonight.
You're a lot, yeah. In a good way, in the best way.
It's overwhelming.
I like how randomly, like out of the blue, there was nothing that even prompted this. Chrissy just started doing like fart sounds. This is what your fart smells like.
This is how we not talk about politics. It's all good. All right, love you, Olivia.
Okay, bye, Chrissy.
Bye,
Merry
Olivia.
Christmas. I said
Merry
Christmas. and not love.
Christmas.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
She's never coming back.
I feel so bad. I feel so responsible.
I feel responsible too.
Because I'm looking back on.
It's not your fault. You're a guest. I let this happen. I hosted this. I guess I was not good at reading her body language. Like I guess she was very neutral and poker faced and stone faced.
Yeah.
Like had
I couldn't read what was going on.
I did not know I was pushing her past her comfortability rate.
Yeah.
It just was a couple of poop and pee things all at once.
Yeah. What so she's like more of like a politician?
She's like more of she is kind of like a conservative libertarian influencer type. Like she's been on Fox News. She's very smart. She's really fantastic. She's so great. She really has her shit together for being only like 20 years old or something, 21.
I feel like I just walked someone off your shelf.
Oh, it's fine. It's probably my fault. It's fine. It's good. I think yeah. I was just trying to keep it fun. I was like, we'll eventually get into some hard news topics, and then we
Yeah.
didn't. And then it just never happened.
Man.
I hope I didn't. Olivia, if you're still listening, which I know you're not, I hope I didn't scare you away forever. Well,
I'm just reading the chat. Sorry, that's why I
oh,
keep
so the
laughing.
rest of the story is like
yes.
this. So I got fired from the hedge fund. A couple years later, I'm working for a private all-boys prep school on the Upper East Side. Sure enough, this ex-boss, Phil. I mean, that's his real name. I should have thought of something different. Let's say his name is Phil Smith.
Yeah.
Comes in with his wife to interview to get their kid into kindergarten. And I was like, looky here. And he didn't recognize me right away because my hair was completely different.
Mm-hmm.
But I recognized his ass. I was like, oh, what's up, Phil? I used to work for you. Remember the old hedge fund? And he just was, he never knew that I stumbled upon his lube that day.
This is the same boss.
Because no, but I have this thing of like, I just sort of suck it up. You know, you work for somebody, you're like, you want to keep your job. You want to be able to pay your bills and keep your health insurance. So you just do shit. And
Yeah.
I gotta complain. When am I gonna go to HR and be like, I found lube in my boss's office? Like, what are they? They're gonna be like, he's making us money. He's a fucking hedge fund dude. He's shorting. He's longing. Like, go to fucking make copies. Nobody cares about the assistants.
I wonder, like, what gives them the urge to do it in their office instead of at home.
They're probably I mean, definitely it's a high stress job.
Oh, well, that
probably
makes sense.
was watching porn on his phone and just sort of.
It's like I need to have a bottle of lube in here at all times. This is important.
Yeah, it's just gross though, because it's like anybody can come into your office at any time.
Yeah.
Carmaxlla doesn't like to get political because she's a flat earther and has seen what's beyond the ice wall. I am with you on this. I think the earth is flat. I'm down with flat earthers. I think it's more fun to like act as if the earth is flat. Why not? How does this change your life at all? Everyone still has to get up and go to work tomorrow if the earth is flat. Guess what? You still travel the exact same way. Nothing has really changed.
Yeah, my favorite flat earth theory is where like beyond like it's not like it just like drops off. It goes on forever and ever and there's like civilizations past the ice. That's my favorite. And that's what I'm going to believe because that's more
theory
fun.
Too is that past the ice crust is other secret countries that the elites fly to at their leisure. There's names of countries and continents we haven't even heard of before. I think
I like that much more.
And of course, if the elites knew about other secret, do you think they'd want to tell us about it?
No, we're like in a cage. We're in a cage, and
we're in a glass case of emotion.
And people, you know, like we're being poisoned by food and whatever, and all this stuff in the air, and everything poisoning us at all times. Do you think the elites are just doing this knowing that they're poisoning themselves? No, they're going to some civilization where they live in their house beyond the ice.
They have an exit plan. Do you think there's dumps and landfills on the secret continent? No. But then how do they get do they get Amazon to the secret countries?
That's probably Amazon headquarters that we don't even know about.
They have to bring everything over. Yeah, probably they could just pay off whoever they needed to do the secret shipments.
Yeah. Shout out to Turkey Face, though. That's my mod.
That's Turkey Face.
Yeah.
Papa Towns for 20. Chrissy and Carm are great together. I agree.
Aw. Maybe one day we could do a paint stream.
I would love that. Carmaxlla, it's a deep thing. I loved painting so much.
Aww.
I got an A. I always got A+ in art. It was my favorite thing ever. I thought, oh, maybe I want to be an art teacher one day. I loved acrylics. I loved oil painting. I loved drawing. I loved shading. I loved the fucking oil crayons and shit. It was my favorite. I did a project in high school. It was called Smoking Fun Barbie, because I was in this thing called like an international baccalaureate program. It's like kind of advanced, whatever, similar to AP, but it's, I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know if it's, honestly, it didn't seem that advanced to me. It seemed just like a fancy title. But I was in an IB art class. So I had such a great art teacher. Shout out to Mr. Gamache. You're probably not listening to this, but I did have a crush on you. And I think that helped. That helped me want to do better in your class, to be honest. So he would look at your work and be like, hey, your style kind of reminds me of Botero, or kind of reminds me of Michelangelo, or whatever. Like your style.
Aw.
And then he would recommend different artists to go check out. And I don't know who he said my style reminded me of, but for one of my projects, I did a painting. It's called Smoking Fun Barbie, and it was like I was like a regular looking Barbie with a cigarette, but then I used these different mediums, and like I made it look like the inside of her body was all like gross and tar, like black tar, and like it was pretty kind of morbid looking. Like I made it look like half her body, almost like Two-Face, like half
What a
her body.
Scorpio thing to do.
It really is. Like half her body and face was like clean and pretty, but the other half was like disgusting and black tar and shit. And it was like really neat.
Aww.
And I was like, oh, I loved it so much.
So
I
cute of you.
wish I could have pursued it more. I think clearly I didn't go to the college I went to was not like a big art school. It was like Fairfield was like big on nursing, big on business.
Mhm.
So, and I figured like I had it just drilled into me for years, like you're never gonna make money from art, so you better
Yeah.
go for it.
Well, maybe you can now, because I don't really do that well of art outside of this. Is kind of surprised. I've never done this before, but I don't really do that well of just painting, and I just like go on my stream and I'm like, whoever wants this can get it.
That's
And
really cool.
then they buy it. So now, since you have like stream and stuff, you could probably.
But I haven't bought paints, brushes, like canvas. I haven't even touched that stuff. Like it's almost like I'm afraid to even start again. Like, it seems like such a big untouched realm of my life. Like I'm afraid to even. I don't know. It's like a secret. It's like
An inner child thing.
Yeah, it really is. It's like if I go there, it's a lot of money, it's time. You got I already am not. I already constantly feel behind. Like I haven't even submitted my taxes for 2020 yet. Like I'm like the world's biggest procrastinator.
When are you supposed to do that?
I think I really have to do it before the end of this month.
Oh, you said 2020.
Yeah.
Okay.
Behind. Like I didn't do 2020. I didn't do 2021.
Yeah.
I gotta do it.
I've never done taxes before.
Don't. Don't.
Yeah, I plan to like avoid it as much as possible. Avoid the IRS.
Yeah.
It's not that hard. How hard can it be to avoid the IRS?
Tons of people are doing it all the time.
Yeah, I've seen like so many people do it. Once my my dad had a friend of his who was a lumberjack, and he was getting paid in cash or doing something to like to launder his lumberjack money, and he always like told my dad about it.
Launderjack.
Yeah. What? One day my my dad and him had like a falling out, and he like betrayed him in business and like destroyed his company. And then my dad like told the IRS what he was doing as revenge.
Oh no. He tattled. He was a Karen.
Yeah, my dad, he's like a known whistleblower. He like took a case to the Supreme Court once for being a whistleblower for his company.
Oh snap. Wow. You should go
He's
work
such
for
a
Project Veritas.
tattletale. Yeah. And then I don't think any pharmaceutical company wanted to hire him.
Everybody do your taxes. We're just joking around. Do your taxes. Be a good person.
Yeah, for sure.
And I didn't do them because I'm just lazy, and I still had a corporate job at that point, so I know I'm getting like $2,000 or $3,000 back. So I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know why I had this aversion to doing it.
Yeah. Do you mark things off your taxes, like the space that you stream in and things like that?
Well, starting like this year in 2022, I started a company. I conveniently was fired from my corporate job in December and then started a business in January.
Oh.
So like this year is the first year that I can like, write off.
Wow.
But I've been doing stand-up for 12 years. So I've been in the meantime, like writing comedy
Right.
stuff off here and there.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it's gonna be interesting. This is the first year of like not having a day job. It's crazy. I haven't had health insurance. I'm just like, I feel fine.
How is that like without health insurance? Are you scared?
No, I've done it before. I've
Okay.
had like periods of unemployment. It's no big deal. Like I don't have any chronic health issues. It's like you still basically pay the same amount to go to the dentist. I just haven't had like a
Mhm.
physical or a gyno exam, and like everything's good. Like you can tell when something's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you worried to go to the hospital though? Like if an injury happened?
No, I don't think about that stuff. Only when I go snowboarding, I think about it a little bit, but I don't go. I haven't been going as fast as I usually go because since I've
Okay.
been not on health insurance. Because I'm just like, maybe don't go head first into a tree.
Mhm. I don't know how legal this is, but if you don't have health insurance and you go to the doctor and like you don't bring your ID or anything, social security, nothing, no identifying information, and you get there and they're like, "What's your social security?" You just like act like you don't know it or just refuse to tell them, and then they won't
know your social security.
Just pretend that you don't remember.
Just pretend you're an illegal alien.
Something.
Just be like,
Make
no
up
say, papi.
Just do something. And well, actually, you're not. I think that you're not required to tell them legally what your social is. So then all that debt is not going to go to you. So if you just
Interesting.
pretend,
Or instead of getting an ambulance, get an Uber. Much cheaper.
Yeah.
Uber to the hospital.
$5,000. No. Just get an Uber.
Gimpy Troll. Hey, Carmaxlla. You are so hot. Are you into Korean guys? Asking for a friend.
Have a boyfriend. I don't know.
She has a boyfriend.
I have a boyfriend.
Gimpy.
I don't know how to say like it's like I don't really find anything else attractive except for my boyfriend. Does that make sense?
Ah, that's the perfect answer. You
I don't
snooze to
know.
lose, Gimpy. Benjamin Reinhardt. This episode was really funny in an anti-humor way. That sounds like a dig, but it's not. I'll take it. Just another talking head. Thank you, Chrissy, for being awesome. You're my favorite person to watch on the internet. What? This is high praise. SimpCast is my favorite. Oh my god, I'm gonna print this and laminate it and look at it every day. Thank you. Wow, I'm sorry we didn't talk about any like pressing important news today.
Yeah, I feel terrible.
I'm sorry, I just made fart sounds and we talked about pee stories. Oops. But not all the shows are like this. If you watch them, you know
It's
we
only the
always
ones
do
with
this.
me in it. I swear.
It seems to be only the ones with Olivia in it.
Poor Olivia.
I also have this tendency, like when I want people to feel comfortable, I will make fun of myself or like tell like crazy stories of myself to put other people at ease. Because I'm like, no,
Yeah.
whatever you've been through is not. So don't feel alone.
Yeah. But like when I do that, I always feel bad because I'm like, it just sounds like I'm making it about me, but I'm just doing that so that you don't feel bad about yourself.
Yeah. And it is fun when you can remember like a story you haven't remembered in many years.
Yeah. But
let's see. What else? Frank sent me. Oh, yeah. I already mentioned this. You guys should vote on the Elon Musk poll. Vote no. You should
I
vote.
voted no.
I want him to stay on. Who would you prefer? Come on.
Oh my god.
Go to Elon Musk's thing.
I don't want him to
Vote
leave
no.
this. Like, who am I gonna tag when I need help?
Ugh.
Twitter support.
Yeah. Vote no. Who would you? I don't want you to leave, Dad. Don't leave.
This hat is very high quality. It was ordered from my wish list. But it's very
Ooh.
high quality. Turkey Face got it for me, I think.
On my wish list is all books.
Oh, really?
Pretty much all books. Should we look at it right now and you could judge me?
Yeah. Let's look through your books.
Oh boy. Okay. Orders. No. Lists.
Is your do you use Throne wish list?
Throne?
Wait, do you have a wish list where people can order it for you?
I have an Amazon.
You can get dogs through Amazon.
Really?
Yeah. Is it public?
Yes.
I'll send you a safe wish list.
But the address is Compound Media. It's not my home.
Oh, okay.
I don't
I was
think.
like, okay, that's better.
Well,
if you want, I'll send you my Throne codes so in case you ever
Throne.
want to use Throne, because you
all right,
can
look
like.
how sad my list is. Okay.
Oh, you got the yoga
A
pants.
beige cardigan. What was I thinking? This is actually really fucking cool. This is a neon light, but it's very
Good
expensive.
vibes.
It's so expensive.
That would look great.
It's not in this font, but you can personalize it. I want to make it say Chrissie Mayr podcast in a different font and maybe like a blue light.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can hang it up behind me, but it's expensive. And
Okay.
one day I'll probably just buy it and write it off as like a work expense. I don't know why. So I don't know when I put these things on here. A lot. These Dennis Prager books, some green pants. Oh my God. This is from my youth, y'all.
Oh, what is this?
This is a Norwegian Krumkager.
A what?
Krumkager. This is a Norwegian delicacy. It's an iron.
This looks medieval.
It is medieval because this is my culture. So you pour some.
You're Norwegian?
Yes, half. Fuck yeah.
You're half Norwegian?
I'm half Viking, yo.
Wow.
My mom's side is Norwegian and retarded. I'm retarded on my mom's side. My great uncle was retarded. And he said I could say it whenever I want. So anyway, you pour a little batter into the iron, like thusly. And then you put this right on top of a oven with a flame. You spin it around and it makes basically a little waffle thing. And then you take it and you spin it into a cone. And then when that hardens, you can put whipped cream in it.
Wow.
Like that.
That is neat. That's actually pretty neat.
It is
now
pretty
I
neat.
want it.
It's like the Italian version of a pizzelle.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what that is.
But how fucking cool and old
I
does
love
this
the
look?
print on it. That's so classy.
Old school. Oh, all right. Some people use wooden sticks. What is this called? A stake to make the cone? I think you just use your hands. You could put berries in it if you want.
That
We
is
we would just put Ready Whip in it.
Uh-huh.
And they're so light. It's like probably no calories, to be honest.
Yeah, I would just now I'm craving some of whatever that is.
This is a microphone case. Again, books. This is so boring. Like boring books. And then jammies, a bra. Like again, if you're gonna send me this bra, it's probably gonna be creepy. So I might as well just take this off.
My boyfriend he was like, oh, I want you to get a like back massager. But he got did not look like a back massager. And he added it to my wish list.
This is one of my favorite candles. It's expensive, but it smells so good. It smells so fucking good.
Oh my God, that's so pretty.
French Cadet. Oopsie. Lavender.
Is it non-toxic?
I don't know.
It looks non-toxic.
I hope it's non-toxic.
What is this Disney one?
This is Bloodlines of the Illuminati, volumes 1 through 3.
Typical Chrissie Mayr.
Yeah.
things.
Dissolving illusions, again about the Illuminati. This is some desk stuff. Again, this candle again. A dress, these crazy ass shoes, which I don't even know if I want them anymore. No, they're pretty cool.
Well, those are cool.
They are cool. Dave Rubin's book, some bedding, more books. Fahrenheit 451, Gorilla Mindset, Candace's book, another bedding. Snowboarding clothes. I have this reading light in white.
Do you go shopping often?
Yeah, I'm constantly.
Did I say shopping?
Browsing.
I meant to say snowboarding. I don't know why shopping came out of my mouth.
I try to go several times every winter, but the conditions the last couple of years have been so horrible on the East Coast, like New York, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts. Like they're just not making enough snow.
Right.
It's really disheartening because you spend lift tickets are like $80+ and you think, all right, I'm gonna get in some hours of snowboarding, and then like there's multiple runs that aren't even covered in snow.
Oh, now I know how the polar bears feel.
I do know how they feel. See, it's like I don't even need this wallet anymore. It's like I already have a wallet. I'm just gonna delete that.
This is very calming.
David Wilcock books. Cosmos and Psyche. This
Awakening
is
in the Dream. Is that about like
this is
lucid
kooky shit.
dreaming?
This
Well,
is kooky ass shit right
This is right down my alley.
Yeah, I have a couple David Wilcock books. I have the Ascension Mysteries.
No, I want these.
Bringers
Let
of
me-
Dawn.
Let me take a picture of those books right now. Just to. All right.
The Woman's Encyclopedia, Myths and Secrets. I don't know what this is. Alphabet versus the Goddess, Mastering Creative Anxiety. Well, and these crazy ass pants. These look fun. Ooh, different colors. Who is wearing these with high heels? Nobody. Only sluts would wear this. These are for working out. These are cool. But aren't your underpants going to show with this?
But if they do, it would just look hot.
Yeah.
Or just don't wear underpants. I've been to the gym with no underwear before.
This is cool.
That's pretty.
I'm obsessed. She's not
so
working
pretty.
out. She's like, I want some dick.
How do people find the link to your wish list?
I don't know.
Oh wait, is this so that people could buy it for you? Is this just on your wish list for you to buy?
It's on my public wish list, and a
Okay.
couple people have bought things off of it.
Maybe we could. I don't know how.
I don't know, but I also don't like
And then-
asking for things. I also
Yeah,
like,
I
don't
know.
like to be a person that's like, me, give me stuff.
Yeah, I felt the same way. Like I always thought that people who had wish lists, like they were streamers and had a wish list, I'd be like, wow, entitled.
It's too asky.
Yeah,
because they also didn't grow up in a culture of like asking for things
Yeah.
for Christmas either. It was like
Me
you get whatever
neither.
the fuck you get. Like, don't be asking for things. Like,
Yeah.
what do you think you know what your parents can afford?
I know.
So there was no like culture of circling things in a fucking catalog.
Yeah. So the thing that made me feel better about it is that some people like who want to donate to you, but they just also want to know where their money's going. And when I made my wish list, some people were like actually happy because they're just like, I just wanted to help you, but I didn't want to just like put money in and not know where it's going. So
Yeah.
made me feel better.
This is a good question. Favorite Christmas gift you ever received? As a kid, it was my Star Search microphone. And I remember I was like too short for it. I had to it was like a microphone, and then there were like two little buttons on either side. Let me see if I can find it on the internet. Star Search microphone.
What is that?
It's very cool. I have a picture of me with it, and I'm like, oh, look at me. I was going to become a stand-up. It was a microphone on a stick, and you could push buttons. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. But looking back, it was probably cheap.
Well, it stuck out for you. That's
Let
what
me see if I can
counts.
find it. Oh. Do.
What is this? To throw dead bones of animals into my real life? Someone's lost their mind in the chat.
Really?
Yeah. This just was. I'm scrolling up for context, but I'm not getting any.
There's always
Oh.
at least a couple unstable people in the chat. That's to be expected.
Are you doing okay, the Admiral? Oh, is that your mod?
Who?
I don't know. The Admiral.
Admiral?
Yeah.
I know
Is that
him.
a mod symbol?
Sort of. Is he a mod? Why is he not?
He's
doing
green.
a mental break. Nvidia's a mod. Admiral to throw the
saying
bones.
serial
Oh,
killer
I think he's trying to be funny.
He's saying serial killer.
I think he's just trying to be fun.
What is Throne? Throne is just like if you're a streamer or you do any like thing online and you want to make a wish list, but you don't want to get doxxed. Throne is just what you. And you can pile things on from Amazon or any shopping site onto Throne. It's just like you put the link on there and then people could just buy it for you and you don't get doxxed.
Okay. This is not what I was gifted as a child, but I can't find what it was. So it was something like this.
Aww.
But it was like 4 feet tall, and there was only 2 buttons on it, and it said Star Search. And I thought it was so cool. and it like
That
slightly
is cute.
amplified your voice, and I was like, wow.
Yeah, I would have loved that if I was a kid.
I also loved getting rollerblades. I flipped the fuck out. I
Aw.
screamed. I wore them every day. Like I would have slept in them. I also loved, this was a birthday gift, my new Kids on the Block Joey doll.
Oh, what is that?
Oh. It was a band from the 90s.
Oh, I see. Okay,
The Right Stuff. Here it is. Oh my god, I am getting hardcore vibes. Let's put this up here. Yeah, I screamed when I got this Joey doll. Shrieked. Look at this, Joey McIntyre hanging loose. This was my shit.
No. Did you have like Barbies and stuff?
Oh
taken
yeah,
with him. Aw.
Barbies for sure.
Did you ever do inappropriate things with your Barbies?
I would just bang them together. I would just take a boy and a Ken, and I would just like.
How old were you?
Put them together. Well, my sister played with Barbies way too long. She played with them until she was 14, which is borderline embarrassing. I don't remember when I put.
You're just like exposing your sister.
She doesn't watch anything I do. It's fine. But even I knew, and I'm younger than her. I'm 2.5 years younger than her. I'm like, I knew. I'm like, girl, you're playing with these too long. You are covering up for something. Maybe I should buy a new Joey doll.
I would make okay, I didn't even know what I was doing as a kid. But looking back, I think it was kind of strange. I don't even know how I knew that this could happen. I don't know what was going on in my head. But looking back, now that I know what I was doing with the Barbies, it was like the Barbies were getting it on together, and then the other Barbie was filming it.
Uh-oh.
They were like doing
a Barbie pornographer.
Yeah, it was a porn. They're doing like a whole porn scene in the Barbie house. And I don't even know where. I must have seen a porno when I was a kid. And I must have like was making my Barbies do it. And then I would wait, can you get that?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, you talk about porn all the time.
And then I was like playing with my horses, and like one horse was like graping the other.
Oh no, horse grape.
Yeah, and he was going to all the girl horses' stalls. Like graping.
Oh my god.
And then the next day they were so mad. Like, I don't know how I came up with these scenarios. I didn't do school. So I just did this all day, and I was probably like 11 years old.
All right. 11 is definitely a pivotal age. I remember being 11 and I joined the diving team, and I remember some of the older kids on the diving team. I remember they said to me, they were like, "You're going to be hot when you get older." And that was like the biggest compliment.
Wow.
Like, I cruised off that for years. Like,
wow.
Like, oh, me? You know, because it's just funny though that what is meaningful to you. That's why kids are so fucking vulnerable. Like
yeah, they like soak everything in.
You have to protect them. Like it's like ugh.
Yeah.
What was your favorite Christmas present, Carmaxlla?
We never really celebrated Christmas until I was like 3, and I really was the reason that my parents stopped celebrating it, because I was like the Grinch. I ruined every Christmas.
Oh no.
I kept breaking the Christmas tree, so they stopped doing Christmas. My parents never really got me any gifts. I don't remember getting anything.
Oh no. So you've ruined Christmas.
Yeah, I think I ruined it. They switched to Judaism. They're like, we're just gonna switch to your mother's religion.
They're
now.
like, can you handle a menorah? Or are you gonna knock that over too? Copper, grasshopper, put your art supplies on there. No, I feel like that's such a big ask.
Aww.
I don't know. Maybe you're probably right. Hold on. It's almost time for the SimpCast rave.
The SimpCast rave. How long do you normally stream on SimpCast?
Sometimes it's 3 hours, but last one went 5.5. It was
really
crazy. Clearly, everybody. I mean, we scared everyone off tonight. But that's fine. It's just the real ones tonight. We are gonna do. Have you done one of these before?
No.
Oh my god. Basically, I put music on, and then we pretend that we're out.
Hold on.
even 21. You've never been out before. You can't even do this. This is like we're at a bar, but you're too young to even be in a bar. You're 19.
I'm doing this. I'm doing my life.
Just pretend you know what being at a bar is like. Your lights are already blinking, so this is perfect.
Yeah.
Have they been blinking the whole time?
No, I just did that for the rave.
Yeah. All right. We are dancing. Oh my god! You have a hand squirrel?
Yeah!
All I want is a hand squirrel.
Put it on your wish list.
I can't believe you've been holding this from me this whole time. Dude, all I want is a hand squirrel. I got an ad for one, and I posted like, oh wow, Amazon really knows me at this point because I kept getting hand squirrel ads. Dude, I'm so jealous of your hand squirrel. All I want is to get one and then like fuck the dog with it. Like sneak it behind a curtain. Like,
how do you think your dogs would react to that?
I think they would try to bite its head and run across the room with it.
Probably.
Even with socks, like we buy all these toys for them, but then they'll take your old sock and like fight over it. Like, this might be an old Bed Bath Body Works reindeer. How bad you have to be when you like oh god.
I'm trying to make this girl dab.
Oh, you're making your squirrel dab. Wait, hold on, full screen. Dab that squirrel. That's awesome. You feel like you have a glove on? It looks weird when it's all out like that.
I know. I feel like it.
And I gotta get one. I'm ordering one right now.
Yeah. Oh, you are?
I'm just picking hand squirrel.
Hand finger squirrel.
How is this not on my wish list? You used to have packages of 5, all different ones. I might as well just order all 5. Alright, hold on. I know I'm ruining the flow of the race, you know, but look at this.
Oh,
5
that's it.
Get 5 for animals for $23.99. We have to get finger squirrels. Whoa, why would you want this with all the tiny cannons? Dinosaur, that's cool. Alright. For kids. Oh well, I'm gonna get some. Alright, Carmaxlla. Tell the people where they can find you.
I'm on Twitch. I stream on Twitch. I'm on Instagram and I'm on Twitter. I'll accept your follow on Instagram. I'm private right now. But that's where you can find me. I'm also on TikTok. That's where I make a lot of my stuff. But if you don't like TikTok, I repost all my videos to YouTube. Actually, no, I repost them all to Twitter. And I stream 3 times a week on Twitch, and I stream once a week on YouTube playing Elden Ring. I'll comment from my YouTube channel so you guys can see.
Will you play Elden Ring?
There's my channel.
Everybody, listen up. Buy yourself a hand squirrel.
Yeah.
Just do that. That's my Christmas wish. Everyone buy yourself a hand squirrel.
That's my channel in the chat. Are you streaming this on Twitch as well?
Yeah. I'm a I don't really log on to Twitch. I just like send this to Twitch.
That's so cool. I need to figure out how to do that.
You use StreamYard?
Where will your
Okay,
with your
don't
comedy
make your hands
shows.
swirl just to jerk off. Okay, I didn't even think about that. Don't do that. Don't put a wooden creature through that. You didn't like anything, Carmaxlla. You just typed to my channel. I'm taking it over. This is my channel now. I need to get my hands swirled back together.
Next time I'm on SimpCast, we'll both have this.
Yeah. I need to use the finger like without being offensive. All Carmaxlla
Look at
at
his
all
teeth.
good things. Wow.
The details of his
realistic.
fur.
So realistic.
I know.
You're gonna be like ridiculous fuzzy glow. Alright. Everyone follow Carmaxlla. For me, I got Joe's Twitter tweet after Christmas on the 28th at Grisly Pear Midtown. 8 o'clock shows. See me December 29th at New York. And Rochester, first weekend of February, and then San Diego, the last weekend of February. Isn't it? Yeah. I don't know if it's good, but it happens. Yeah, we appreciate you for watching. Thank you for all the comments. That is